Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, returns to SoFi Stadium on December 13th, featuring the Mountain West champions going head-to-head with the former Pac-12 rival. Be part of the live atmosphere, cheer on your team, and experience college football like never before. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap morning show.
Anybody here see the Billy Joel documentary series? Anybody watch that?
It's still on my queue.
Yeah, I haven't
for the 2 week break.
I thought it was amazing.
It's
and
kind
by
of
the
a
way,
fest.
Oh, I loved it.
Wow.
You got to be a Billy Joel fan. Are you not a Billy Joel fan?
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen documentaries about bananas, and it's interesting, more interesting than that.
Wow. I loved the Billy Joel documentary. I would say if you're a Billy Joel fan, it's more interesting than the banana documentary that's playing right now on Netflix about Dole.
The Sedano and Cap morning show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Wait a minute, Dong Hammerstein said what?
He said that George mailed it in. Listen, my mailing it in is better than 99.9% of the sports radio world's full efforts. Wow, you hear that, Dong? The Donger need food.
A man who was called a bad guy by Chris Canty at 6:42 this morning.
A little sabor? Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks. You're the weirdo on the radio. No. Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break. So Tuesday would be the 21st-ish. Does that sound about right to you? Tuesday the 21st.
I don't believe that would be
Tuesday is the 16th.
Oh, that.
The 21st is a Sunday.
What is today's date?
The 9th.
The 9th.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Oh, should I start adding that to my time checks?
Yeah, I didn't know what
like the old days.
All right,
there we go. It's 8:03 on this 9th of December, Tuesday.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Mark Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap morning show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time. Oh, big time. So,
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, mongrels, stay tuned.
7:02 and 35 seconds. Good morning. It's a Wednesday, the 10th of December, and the Sedano and Cap morning show begins on this wacky Wednesday.
Wacky. Hey, everybody.
it just reminded me when you said the 10th of December. Gosh, and I'm not joking around, not in the slightest bit. I just realized when you said that, today's my daughter's birthday.
Really?
Yeah, I better send her a
Which
text.
daughter?
This is Jaden. She's 22 today.
Oh, I think I'm IG friends with that one.
Yeah. Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I
You
think
just
that's
said
the one
December 10th.
I'm friends with two of them on IG. I
think I'm friends with hopefully I'm friends with the same two.
Wait a second. You're going to send her a text?
What should I do?
Did you send her flowers?
Call her?
Parker, can we cut this up so we can post it and give her a shout out?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to
happy birthday,
Parker
Jade.
said he'll text it to her.
With a smile. This guy.
Yeah, give her the give her the sunglass face emoji.
Wow. Bergie, you think that's the wrong thing to do, to send a text? I just realized it.
I'm with Cappy. I'm with, with Bergie.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
You got to call her.
Yeah, it's
I know, but
your daughter.
Should we
I know,
call
but
her
it's
on the air?
But it's right now.
Right. but
Call her
just
Bray.
okay. So send her a text now and say, "Hey, sweetheart," or whatever you call her. Happy birthday. Hey, let's catch up a little later. I'll call you after the show or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't call her sweetheart, but I do call her J-Dog.
Okay, J-Dog.
I call her the J-Dog.
J-Dog, happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'll call you later. Hope you're having a great day. You know, something like that.
Okay, call you later. Okay,
and send her some flowers, you jerk.
Well, no, hold on a second.
That's not happening.
Hold on a second here. She's coming home tomorrow from school already. She was back from Thanksgiving. By the way, why do these schools do this to us? They're just killing us, man.
Tangent.
I flew her home for Thanksgiving, flew her back so she could go take her finals, and now I'm flying her back tomorrow for the Christmas holiday break. So we do have a dinner plan for tomorrow night. So we do have that. But you said December 10th, and it really hit me in the face like, oh, my God, it's her birthday.
Well, aren't you
Thanks
glad
for
Chris started doing the dates?
I appreciate the
already
addition of
day
the
one.
date.
It came in handy.
Right, very handy.
Should we throw the temperature in
But
there?
you should still
54
get her some
degrees?
flowers. Is she gonna be at
62
your house
degrees.
today? She's going to be at your house today?
Tomorrow.
Can we put a thermometer in the studio and then we can get that sponsored?
So do this. Why don't you just go to go to the grocery store and get some flowers tonight for when she gets there tomorrow.
But like a nice grocery store.
Yeah, don't get like a
Gelson's or an Erewhon, not like Ralph's.
Yeah, I mean even like a
nothing wrong with
Pavilion.
Ralph's.
There's nothing
certain
wrong with it.
Ralph's though. You got to get the fresh fare.
Actually, you know
or
who
the
has,
Stater Brothers, the blue ribbon.
You know who has great flowers?
Let me take a guess. Linz.
I think I might have told you this.
Trader Joe's?
No, Costco.
Oh, really?
Costco does
Costco's
have
got
great
the best flowers.
Yeah.
They really
There you
do.
go. Go get some gas.
Yeah,
and then and then get flowers.
Go stand in line for 2 hours to get gas.
I will do it, by the way.
To save 10 cents.
If it's $4.59 at my local gas station and it's $4.49 at Costco, I'll wait the 2 hours.
There you go. So do that. Don't be a jerk.
I got to beat the
Get her some
man.
flowers.
Go to Costco for gas.
Yeah. Anyway, Cappy. Good morning. Buenos dias.
Good morning to you. Buenos dias.
I feel like we're in a very interesting time where there's a number of things I'd like to get to today, including all the mongrels who hate our 6-7 bit. They're going to have to deal with it today because it was actually done in an actual basketball game yesterday, which was freaking hilarious. Okay.
Wait a second. Who hates this? The 6-7 is part of the
all the
Jacob
mongrels
Irani?
are like, oh, this is so played out. It's so cringe. Nye, 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 nye.
Can I just get anybody to tell me what I say it because I think it's funny, and I just don't understand what it even is. Does anybody know?
It doesn't matter.
It's
it,
not
it
a
doesn't
thing. Yeah, there's no
There
explanation.
is some sort of meaning behind it, but the meaning is just irrelevant at this point.
Oh, it is. So
Yeah.
the meaning is irrelevant.
Wait a
But
minute,
if you-
Rachel. Hold on. We've got to go to the update desk immediately at this point. Okay. Is this the real Rachel in the chat?
No.
No chance.
Yeah, but look at the
chance.
username. Cap, you look at this. That
All right,
is
hold
her
on.
last name.
Hold on.
Can you? I would not.
And that
believe
looks
this.
like her picture.
Oh yeah, but anyone can get that.
Yeah, but wait,
hold on. Let me get to it. Hold on. I'm just getting into YouTube right now.
we got to go to the update
We know
desk.
which one it is.
We go to Rachel update desk and one Scott Kaplan.
All right, hold on. I'm looking for it. I'm
So,
trying to
Cappy,
find
the origin of the 6-7 started on a hip hop song,
it. Okay.
and then it just became like a thing. It was like basketball related, and then little kids started just using it as like a thing because it's a verse in a song.
She was defending you in this context. She said, "Relax, he is busy," with an exclamation point.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not Rachel.
Whoa. It definitely is her name.
And then she just wrote "yo." Now I don't know if she would say "yo," although I feel like I've heard her say "yo." Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. So how would you guys like me to confirm or deny?
Call
Should
her
I
right
text
now.
I mean, you
Text
could just
her.
text her. It'd be really easy.
I think
See,
you
you can
FaceTime
text
her.
her and not
Okay.
text your daughter. Call your daughter.
Right, we're just saying it's your daughter. Don't be a jerk. Send her some flowers. Like, it's okay. And Rachel, this is locker room talk. It's okay.
I'm finding out from her right now if she's in our YouTube chat.
Nothing that's said on
She's
here
gonna
is
be
taken
like-
personally.
Yeah, she'll be like,
Or-
"What's that?"
Yeah, or maybe though it is now like Dead Meow with a new burner. He's now got a new burner of Rachel.
I mean, Dead Meow does have multiple burners. He's like meta being meta.
She writes, "Hi guys, this is better than my CPA conference."
This is someone that made this.
By the way, I
made
don't
this
mean to
up.
throw off top of the hour integrity.
Yes,
here,
because I do. You know how we Cappy and
but
I
I
are
thought it
very
was good.
much
I
at
thought
the
it was
top of
good.
the hour integrity.
I know,
Yeah.
but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was a good update that could get away from us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Well,
the Spurs
Cappy-
and the Lakers will play tonight.
Cappy will figure it out. Nonetheless, Cappy,
Yo.
We didn't really get into on the air the stuff that Rich Paul said on the terrestrial version of the show. The Rich Paul stuff. So we can get into that a little later. But tonight, speaking of the Lakers, there is a game of consequence tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. And the Oklahoma City Thunder also have a game of consequence. We now know who's going to be in the Eastern Conference NBA Cup as the Knicks and Magic advanced yesterday. And so, I mean, look, if you're the NBA, I mean, you potentially could have Lakers-Knicks in the NBA Cup final. Like, I know it's only going to be year 3.
So what? Dream come true.
Oh, my God. There's no question that's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was looking at tonight's game. Now, is Marcus Smart, he is expected back tonight for the Lakers after missing 6 straight games. Yeah. So I went back to the Spurs-Laker game from earlier in the season. If you recall, this was game 10 or 9 for the Lakers. They won 118-116. Do you remember that game, George? I think you were part of that broadcast, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
That was the day that I did serious damage to my lower back for the rest of my life. That was the day that I put Chris on my shoulders.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we were trying to get...
Oh, yeah.
we were trying to get you to stand on a chair to interview Wemby in the postgame.
Yeah.
Little did we know, by the way, that the Lakers were going to wind up winning that game.
Actually won the game, right? Which, by the way, they won in crazy fashion because that's the game with 80-something free throws, and it came down to like the last play of the game. So, you know,
and Wemby was like 5 for 14 from the field, and he was in foul trouble.
Right.
But I only bring it up because I went back to that game because you've been saying for a while now that the Lakers defensively are at the bottom of the barrel.
They're in the
NBA.
Bottom third of the league, yes.
Yeah. But their best, I say best, and I maybe I'm exaggerating here a little bit because I don't know that he's played enough games to call him the best. But statistically and historically in his career, Marcus Smart's calling card is his defense.
No question. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year.
So he did play in that game, and he played 34 minutes, and he scored 17 points.
And he almost screwed up the game at the end, if you recall.
I do. But he actually was 10 for 10 from the line. So I guess my point is that with no Wemby tonight and with Marcus Smart's return,
yes,
this is a game where
they should win.
100%.
Yeah.
They should absolutely win this game tonight. Now, look, I got it. You know, San Antonio's got some other good players. I get it. But the Lakers have started this season in so much better fashion than we would have ever expected. Mm-hmm. And now they've got LeBron back, and we've seen LeBron now explode and become LeBron again.
Mm-hmm.
And Luka should be better and, like, well-rested and back on, Pacific time from all of his travels.
Yes.
And Austin should be recovered because he was exhausted this past Sunday night.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the Lakers should win this game, and honestly, they should win it convincingly.
Well, I don't know, but see, why do you go one step too far? It always feels like you got to go one step too far. Like, there's still an NBA squad on the other side, even though they don't have Victor Wembanyama, which, by the way, they're 7-3 without him. So it's not like they've been a pushover. Like, they've been very good, even without Wemby. So, and they are absolutely in the mix at 16-7 in the Western Conference.
6-7.
Yeah, that right. Yes.
They're also putting up like 120 points, 125 points a game while he's not playing.
Yeah, like they have been fantastic. Like they're a good team. Like they're. I'm telling you, they're about a year away from being like OKC last year.
You guys are like almost building a case as if you're going to get me to say something I don't really want to say.
What's that?
Should I say it?
Say it.
What are you going to say?
Are they better without Wemby?
Oh, stop.
Give me a break.
Victor for 3.
Wee. No wee.
Someone check the line, please, on this game. Here it is. Lakers minus 7.5. So
Vegas is trying. Well, but here's the thing with Vegas and the Lakers. Okay, and Greg, I feel like you can back me up on this. Okay. Vegas generally tends to be very lenient on the Lakers because they know I act like it's a person. They know that there's a lot of Laker fans who will jump on the Lakers. People love jumping on like the dynasty types or like the legacy teams and all that stuff in Vegas. So they inflate their lines a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be wrong and in a one game scenario the Lakers can't blow them out, but I feel like the line's a little high.
Yeah, a lot of guys with the books will probably think that we put a 7.5 on there, and people are going to say, "Oh, it's the Lakers, no Wemby."
No Wemby.
I'm
yeah,
going
let's
hard
jump
on that.
Me too. Me too. That's what I'm doing.
You're going hard on that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. They got me exactly where they wanted me. You know, I'm like, wait, there's no Wemby. Marcus Smart is coming back. The Lakers have played really good ball. LeBron had this offensive explosion. I mean, I'm going through my list of reasons, and I'm going to take the Lakers tonight to cover the 7.5. And that's my one.
But also, typically, when you lose
That's my one.
But typically, when you lose a big player like that, the other guys kind of all step up, especially when you have a good team. It happens when LeBron's out or when Luka's out. They kind of all just rally around like the role players. They don't have to play through somebody so they can play a little bit more open and free. No?
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, for sure. It definitely happens. And I'm looking here. I don't know that. It looks like the Spurs are a pretty decent play at 7.5.
Yeah,
so.
what are the wise guys saying, or what are the what do you always call it? The smart money, or what do you call it?
The smart money at the moment is on the Lakers, but not by a ton. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, it's not like overwhelming. It's very similar to the public money, which makes me believe that the smart money's not in on the game yet. You know what I mean? Because the numbers are very similar, but the metrics. Okay, the analytics, which the Lakers have fought against the entire season, as we've talked about. They have not been a team that, if you just look at the raw data, that they are not a team that should be 17-6. They should probably be closer to like, I don't know, 14-9 or something like that. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, this is what they are. But the metrics they grade it, right? Like this thing I have grades the number.
Yeah.
And it says the projected line should be 4 for the Lakers, 4.1, and it's 7.5, which means that the Spurs are an A- play today.
Oh, wow.
An A- play.
A- play.
Yeah.
Explain to me an A- play.
Well, it just grades it like A through F.
Okay.
Well, you happy with that explanation, Bergie?
Yeah, actually, I am. I am happy with it. I get it. It's a top tier play.
I'll tell you this right now. When I handicap horse racing and I see a horse that had an A- workout, that's a horse I bet on because
the horse.
That is exactly right. I mean, you just don't usually see A-. So the Spurs are an A- play tonight.
Right, because the metrics say that this should be a 4-point game.
Okay. I was reading an article in The Athletic earlier this morning, and it was about Marcus Smart's, not so much his return, but it was about Marcus Smart playing for the Lakers and also DeAndre Ayton playing for the Lakers. And this is something you and I have been talking about from the beginning, and this is why I was bullish on DeAndre Ayton, because he's a guy that went from playing in meaningful games in Phoenix to playing non-meaningful games in Portland to now coming to the Lakers where every game is magnified just simply because of the uniform you're putting on. And Marcus Smart has a very similar attitude towards playing for the Lakers because he's like, look, when I was playing in Boston, every game seemed to matter. And there was lots of coverage, and we were on TV, and people were coming out, you know? And then you get shipped into some other places where, like Memphis or Washington, where, George, those games, at least if you played for the Celtics or you played for the Lakers, if you go play for Washington or you go play for Memphis, those games just don't matter the same.
Well, agreed. The Memphis was just a weird situation. He was super hurt. They were also super hurt. He was just there at a weird time, but they've been competitive. The Washington, I'll give you. I mean, he talked to us about that specifically. I know DeAndre said the same thing about Portland. What my pushback on DeAndre is just that, you know, you also played in meaningful games the next couple of years after going to the finals, and they will say you came up short. So again, and DeAndre Ayton's story will be told during the postseason, to me, in my opinion. And he will have, again, games that are impactful. Then he'll have games that look like they're impactful, but they're not impactful. And then he's going to have a clunker in there. And that's kind of played out to form for the most part. He's had less clunkers than I think he's had in recent years. But for the most part, to me, that story, which is what we talked about yesterday, the entire Lakers story will be told in the postseason. The regular season is going to be fun, and I think that they've played well with a softer type schedule early on, but I do want to see what it looks like as the calendar turns after Christmas, and particularly like February, March down the stretch.
My only point is I'm bullish on DeAndre Ayton because for me, DeAndre Ayton now plays on a roster, and also in an organization and in a market and around guys that are like, future Hall of Fame type players, where DeAndre Ayton is now not supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be a guy. And I think that when you go from playing for a bad organization in a smaller market with less coverage and not as much TV time, and it just doesn't feel as meaningful, all of a sudden you show up to the Lakers and you go, okay, well, there's LeBron, there's Luka, there's Austin Reeves. We're playing on Prime. We're playing on, NBC. We have a full house. We've got celebrities in the place. There's a buzz. And I just think that there's an energy to playing for the Lakers that you cannot duplicate playing for Portland or for New Orleans or for Memphis or for Washington. So I'm continuing to be bullish on DeAndre Ayton, and I just think it's super interesting that you've got these two guys in Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton who've had success in other places and then went to smaller spots where they just weren't playing for anything. And now they're back to playing for something. And by the way, that just leads us into tonight and into this in-season tournament, and if they make it to the semifinals.
Cappy, have you ever heard Sedano, have you ever heard DeAndre Ayton in a post-game interview?
Yes, and he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. So after Sunday's game, I think it was Trudell asked him about his defense, and listen to this.
I'm going to be real. I don't know what he's talking about.
You played well defensively.
Yeah, that's it. I don't even know. I was asking him, what do you mean? I don't know.
Did you feel like you played well defensively?
No. So you said I don't know. I don't know. I just do what I have to do. I thank him, but I didn't know what I did out there.
Okay.
Okay.
What's happening? Okay. Is that a normal thing, Sedano? Like that's how he is normally?
Again, you think it's funny, but I'm telling you that stuff is the stuff he would do in Phoenix, and it wore thin very quickly, like after a few years.
It's funny because it's like,
it's funny because it's new and they're winning, but what I'm telling you is that was the same stuff that he was doing in Phoenix that pissed people off by the end. That like his teammates were like, "Bro, what? Like, what are you doing?" Like,
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's cute now. I'm just saying, and I like him personally. I do.
Come on,
but it is not. Again, I just have it's a very much wait and see approach for me. I hope he proves me wrong.
7:21, good morning. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers take on the Spurs at home tonight. In the NBA Cup quarterfinals, the Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Duran begins at 5:30 p.m. with tip-off at 7 p.m. Hear it on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly right now. Sedano and Cap. Let me get my Jacob Emrani sign here. You hold it up to the camera. Let's talk about our friend Jacob Emrani.
Oh, yes, very simple. Listen, it's a holiday season. You're in the car. You're shopping for gifts or whatever. You're going to a holiday party. You're at a red light. And all of a sudden, what happens, Christopher? Bam! Yeah, it's very simple, man. That's what happens. And you got to call this number, 800-345.
6789.
There you go. Yeah. Picture this, Cappy. Let's do a new picture today. You're home in L.A. Right. You're watching the Lakers NBA Cup quarterfinals against San Antonio. You grab some food. You sit down. You finally relax for a minute. Your phone buzzes. It's the insurance company about that recent accident I just mentioned.
Yeah, and you know what's on the other end of that phone, right? They sound friendly. Hey, we're just here to help. And then they hit you with a number and they say, if you will give us an agreement today, we can wrap this thing up really fast. And, they're just playing you, right?
Yeah, they are. They're totally playing you. And the first offer is almost always the lowest possible number they think you'll accept. So never settle for their first offer. Never. Before you say yes to anything, okay? Remember this number, 800-345.
6789.
It's easy. It just counts up. 800-345.
6789.
Yeah. That's the law office of Jacob Emrani. When you call Jacob, you're calling someone whose only job is to fight for you, Cappy, not the insurance company, man.
That's exactly right. And it's like every possession matters for the Lakers in this NBA Cup. Every decision after your accident matters. So, as the official sponsor of the Lakers, Jacob brings that same intensity and focus to every case. He's not playing for a quick, tiny score. He's going after the result that actually helps your life. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so call that number, 800-345.
6789.
No fee unless he wins, and if he doesn't win, you don't pay. So if you were hit this week Or if you already have an offer sitting on your inbox, don't sign it alone. Call Jacob at 800-345-6789 or visit calljacob.com.
Thank you, 7:23 in the morning. The 10th of December on Wednesday, it's 56 degrees, Cappy. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is back in 3 minutes from right now. Smile, mongrels!
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
John Ireland for Blue Ice Vodka. Blue Ice's double espresso crafted with Arabica coffee makes the perfect espresso martini. Just shake with ice and pour. Soft, smooth, and delicious. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. The crazy Hernandez brothers at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring have wood. And not just little wood, but a lot of high-quality hardwood in all colors and lengths. If you need to lay down some new wood in your home, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring has got you covered. Visit their huge showroom right off the 5 freeway by Commerce Casino, or check them out on the web at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. They even have carpet and artificial turf if that's what you prefer. All jokes aside, no gimmicks, no markups, just the best price on quality flooring at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring.
Buenos días.
I know you're listening to me wearing glasses or contacts. You're either nearsighted, farsighted, have astigmatism, or you're just over 45 and have to wear reading glasses. This is Dr. Sarudi, and I promise you, I can help you with any of these issues. No anesthesia, no pain, no downtime, and if you qualify, I'll even guarantee you with 20/20 or better vision or give your money back. I've never had to after 60,000 cases. Call 855-NOW-2020. 855-NOW-2020. That's 855-669-2020.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, and me, Chris Morales, for the ESPN LA Rams postgame show. Live from Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes like signed sports memorabilia or tickets to an upcoming LA sporting event. While you're there, enter for a chance to win a brand new Pedigo e-bike. And I'm putting Rams fans on the air live from HPC after the game. Hollywood Park Casino is LA's hottest card room and the only place where you can party and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 and older.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700. A busted transmission, that's $4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, $7,000. But if you got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
7:27, good morning. On this day in 1975, ABBA released Fernando as a single.
Fernando
may win the Heisman Trophy this Saturday.
I know. I hope he does, man. I told you, we've talked about this. I had the kid a bunch last year when he was at Cal. Super sweet kid. You want to talk about working at his craft. You're kind of guy, Cappy. Heart and soul kind of guy. He, underdog stories, right? Only had, his only offers out of college was to Yale. I mean, hell of a place to get offered to, but not like a football school by any stretch of the imagination. Ends up going to Cal, which is also, Berkeley, obviously a very smart school. And then ends up at Indiana, which is a good academic school as well. But, to take them to a different level this year is really impressive. And he idolizes your guy. You and him would get along. You both idolize Tom Brady.
Well, I love this kid, Fernando Mendoza, because I like guys who are so emotional after a game that, honestly, they're just brought to tears. They can't even control it.
Can I play it? Because I've been wanting to play it. Here, let's play his post-game from after they beat my Buckeyes.
Oh, congratulations, Indiana, the Big Ten champs. How does that sound?
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never
even supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go!
You guys call yourself a bunch of misfits who found the right home at Indiana. Why was this the right place for this group?
It's the right place for process-oriented. We're going day by day, whether it's the offensive line, the defense, the coaches, special teams. We're all process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing, is we're brothers. We can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
Tell me about finding Charlie Becker, 3rd down, 2 minutes to go. We talk about Heisman moments, but take me through that one.
Man, what an incredible, he's been every single day in summer. We were always thrilled before practice, before at 7 a.m. on Sundays, doing spots, doing routes, and now you see it to come to fruition. He's my roommate, couldn't be happy for such a young man as well as our defense playing lights out. And well, everybody just, what an incredible moment.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you so much, God bless, go Hoosiers.
when he was doing that interview, and he was talking about brothers, you know, and he took his 2 hands and he clamped them together, like finger by finger. We are brothers. We're together. And I love kids like that, and I hope the kid wins the Heisman Trophy. You hear him give out his homage to Tom Brady with the let's go. Now, this is going to sound a little counterintuitive. Mm-hmm. And I know we started off with Spurs and Lakers, so and this is kind of, taking a left turn here.
Yeah, but I mean, the Heisman Trophy, man, it's a big deal.
This is going to sound counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him to win because I'm rooting for Julian Sand, the Ohio State quarterback, to not win. Now, why would
are
I
you rooting for him not to win, though?
Not because I don't want to see him win, because I've been watching Julian Sand since he's about a sophomore in high school.
I was about to say him.
Yeah, and I got to see him, play a lot of his senior year of high school. Very good. I got to see a lot of his high school senior year. I was excited for him to go to Alabama. When Nick Saban resigned, he left and went to Ohio State, and he was in a battle to win this job. And when you're like the number one quarterback in high school, you kind of figure you write your own, ticket and you get a bunch of NIL money. Yeah. I am so proud of Julian Sand. However, it was only his first year as a starter, and Mendoza, this is it. This is the end of the career for Mendoza, college career.
Right.
And so for Julian Sand, there's a lot more ahead. And I know that if he wins this Heisman Trophy, people will criticize him because they'll say, well, he's just some game manager who's got the best talent around him, and he's got the best roster in the country. Well, that's not necessarily true because they didn't really have such a great schedule. And when they went up head-to-head against Indiana, they lost. And so I think there's a lot.
Kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they did not play their normal game. I'll just say that.
Well, Indiana forced them into that, too, defensively, I think.
Well, they didn't play their normal game.
It was a little bit of both, I thought.
But they didn't really have like this super tough schedule, I didn't think.
I know that. I totally agree with you on that. However, I also think that this game was meaningless. Like I said, obviously they wanted to win for pride reasons, but I don't think they were like the full normal. They didn't play like normal Buckeyes football.
Well, I don't know why. I don't know why you think that. I mean, I really don't. I mean, it wasn't as if they were like, hey, look, it doesn't really matter if we lose this game. We're still in the playoff. That may be true. They knew that they would
still get a bye regardless, even if they lost, which they did.
Yeah, but I think that those guys wanted to win that game. They wanted to finish off an undefeated season, and they wanted to beat a division or a conference rival.
Yeah, I'm with Cappy on this one.
I agree. I know they wanted to win. I'm not saying they lost on purpose by any means. I just think that they just the plays that were called and everything. I just thought that they didn't play the game they normally do. Like I understand the defense obviously had a lot to do with that. Indiana's defense played very well. I just don't think it was 100%.
All I can tell you is this: I'm rooting for Fernando Mendoza to win the Heisman Trophy, and I'm rooting for Julian Sand to come back and prove it to the whole country again next year. This is why he was considered the number one high school quarterback in his class. This is why he was, going to Alabama. This is why he could easily leave Alabama and go to Ohio State. And I don't care how many great players are around Julian Sand. When your completion percentage is like 80%, that is unheard of at any level of college football. And that's the beauty of his game, is his accuracy. And again, he does have great players around him. But guess what, George? So did Joe Burrow when they won the national championship at LSU.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow had maybe one of the best offenses in the history of college football.
Yeah.
At LSU.
I'm with you, Cappy. I don't, look, Ohio State didn't play well, but that's partially because Indiana didn't make them play well. I do think they wanted to win the game. Ryan Day's reaction to me said he wanted to win the game. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I'm with you on Fernando for obvious reasons. I really like the kid. I got to know him a little bit, as I said last year, and he's an easy kid to root for. I know some people. It's funny. He was on McAfee the other day, and he said, "Hey, man, sorry, I almost cursed, but that flippin' was the only thing that came out. I know it sounded super dorky, but just whatever. I'm kind of a dork anyway, so it's fine."
Yeah, well,
I just like how comfortable he is in his own skin.
You want to know who else is dorky and who never curses and who all of a sudden yesterday made massive amounts of national news? And this guy never curses. He says, "Gosh, dumb it," and "Dad gummit," and all these kinds of things. My boy Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers cursed? Where?
No, never. He never curses. That's my point.
No,
he's a dad
I thought you meant.
kind of guy.
You meant he made national news because he cursed. I'm like, wait, what?
No, that brother made national news because he's a 44-year-old grandfather
On
coming
a
out
practice
of retirement.
squad. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well,
Incredible
but that's
story.
how dire the situation is for the Colts. I mean, they had to play Riley Leonard last week, who was the quarterback at Notre Dame last year when they went to the national championship game, and previous to that, he was at Duke for several years. Who I don't see him as an NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? I see him as an NFL backup quarterback. So I'm sure the Colts see him very similarly, hence why Phillip Rivers all of a sudden is working. Now, did you see this cool story about Phillip Rivers? I'm glad you transitioned to that. Did you see the story about the offense he was running? Because, he was coaching his son's team.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the story about how the offense that they run?
Yeah, so here, just real quick. So in 2020, when Phillip Rivers was playing for the Colts, the coach at the time, do you recall who the coach at the time was?
Frank Reich, no?
Correct, Frank Reich.
Yeah.
So Frank Reich was Phillip Rivers' offensive coordinator for the Chargers many years ago. And then Shane Steichen, who is now the coach of the Colts, was the quarterback coach of the Chargers back then. And he and Phillip Rivers were very close. So it was no surprise to me that even though Frank Reich was the coach of the Colts the last time Rivers played there, now that Shane Steichen is the coach of the Colts, it makes all the sense in the world. But to your point, the story goes that Rivers has been running the exact same offense with the exact same language that the Colts run while coaching his son's high school football team. That's a cute story. But at 44 years old and having not played quarterback in the NFL since 2020, I find it very hard to believe that he's going to walk into an NFL game, whether it's this weekend or next weekend, because they signed him to play him, George. I just find it very hard to believe that having not played the game for 4 or 5 years, at 44 years old, no matter how much film study, no matter how much you've been talking about this offense, I find it hard to believe that you're going to be able to play at this level.
Well, listen, while I agree with you, I find it hard to believe that you're going to be the cynic here, and I'm going to be the one that's going to say to you, Cappy, this would be the ultimate radio Rinaldi.
The ultimate.
Phillip Rivers were to come back at 44 years old, okay, having not played football for 5 seasons, and then step on a field for the Indianapolis Colts in the National Football League and find a way not only to get on the field, but be successful and maybe lead them to a victory somehow, that would be the ultimate thing to me, there would be no greater story in the National Football League comeback story than that. I mean, there have been a lot of great comeback stories in the NFL, but that would be one they'd write a movie about. Like, that has Disney movie written all over it.
Oh, I'm so with you. I am
He
cynic.
came back from the dead.
What about that one?
I mean, no, well, that one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I am cynical that he'll be
but
successful.
it's a little different with a quarterback is what I would say. Yeah.
I'm cynical that he'll be successful. I find it hard to believe, but I'm rooting for all of his success. And here's my ultimate dream. You ready for this, George? Here's my dream. My dream is the Colts get back on track. They wind up winning their division. They make it to the AFC Championship game. And who are the Colts playing?
The Seahawks.
No. In the AFC
Championship game. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because this is the
the
ultimate
Chargers.
Right. So Phillip Rivers, you ready for this? Phillip Rivers comes back. He leads the Colts to the AFC Championship game.
Yes.
He's playing against his former team, the team that put him in a position to be considered a Hall of Fame semifinalist. Right. And what happens? The Colts with Phillip Rivers beat the Chargers. Oh, and then they go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. And you talk about one of the all-time great stories. This would actually trump like Kurt Warner and the movie that they did about Kurt Warner. Oh, he was bagging groceries and he's playing in the Arena League and he's a down guy. Nobody wants him. And then he winds up winning a Super Bowl and becoming an MVP and a Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers could outdo Kurt Warner. He just got to go win the Super Bowl, which with 5 years.
I mean,
away
but
from
you
the
want to
game.
talk about again? Yeah, that would be like the ultimate Radio Ronaldo. He was a borderline Hall of Famer. Then he went and retired. His 10th kid was born while he was retired. He became a granddad, and then the call came. They needed him one more time. Phillip Rivers in the comeback.
Yeah.
And he was crying. He was like, "Yeah, coach, I'm ready. I'm ready to go."
Rated PG.
Dad gummit, I wanted to play some more football. My story was not done, Dad gummit.
I don't care if I'm a granddad.
I cannot believe it. I just cannot
I
believe
could say
the
my
story.
grandkids saw me play.
It would be amazing if that were to happen. Now, I tend to agree with you that actually probably won't transpire that way because,
It'll be
I
a
mean,
disaster.
think about it this way. And again, this is obviously not an apples to apples comparison because of the circumstances. I understand, okay? But remember, Michael Vick missed several years, right, of football. Michael Vick was way younger than Phillip Rivers, okay? Michael Vick was way more athletic at any point in his career than Phillip Rivers, okay? And it took him a little bit. He did end up having one really good season in the NFL with the Eagles, but it was a little bit of an up and down ride early on because he had been missing for so long, and he was 10 years younger than Phillip Rivers.
And
at
he
that
had been
point.
lifting in jail, too. Like, he was training on the yard.
I didn't want to necessarily have to go down that path.
No,
I was kind of
I don't-
trying to.
no,
I
it's a good
feel like
point,
that
though.
was,
No, I think
already
that's a
kind
No,
of
I used to watch
understood.
Oz. I know what they do in the yard.
Me too. That's exactly right.
It was understood,
No,
hence,
I don't. No, I don't think it was because he may have just decided, you know what, I'll never come back, so there's no sense in working out. And the bologna and mashed potatoes at lunch sounds pretty good. So I do think that working out in the yard is an important part of this because I don't understand how Rivers though. Like he said he's in the best shape of his life. I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
I mean, what is he supposed to say?
Well, I know that's what he's supposed to say, but what are we, a bunch of dummies here? You're 44 years old. You've been away from the game for all this time. You're in the best shape of your life and you're in retirement. You didn't work out hard to become a Hall of Fame finalist. I mean,
Now,
listen,
and by the way, the clock now starts again for him if he
right.
plays.
So if he
again.
takes one snap, in a game,
yeah,
he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame for another 5 years.
I don't think he'd get in anyway. But maybe. But seriously, if this Radio Ronaldo story plays out the way you just described, then he's a shoo-in. I don't think there's any question.
Oh, yeah. Right. 5 years from now, you immediately put him into Canton.
By the way, yesterday was a Live MG Tuesday, so I was on the shows, and the shows were very passionate. Mason and Ireland got into a brawl about it because
About
Mason
what?
doesn't think he should be a Hall of Famer. Ireland was pulling out stats and all kinds of stuff, saying
no, I don't think he's
a Hall of Famer. If you compare him to Dan Marino and other guys.
Yeah, but different eras.
Totally different era. If Dan Marino were playing in Phillip Rivers' era, he would have been throwing for 6,000 yards every
Correct.
season.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Dan Marino had the yardage record for it wasn't who broke it? Was it Manning who broke the single season one? I think.
Or
yeah,
was Manning or Favre? Yeah.
Travis thought he's not a Hall of Famer. DeMarco Favre, Super Bowl champion. Very passionate that he should be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, no, I don't agree. I don't agree. And listen, I love
Yeah, I'm with
Rivers.
Cappy.
I don't agree. And just real quickly, here's why, though, Bergie. You ready?
And by the way, Cappy, you know what? No disrespect to any of those guys, including DeMarco, who's won a Super Bowl. And DeMarco, I'm guessing, played against him. But, of course he's going to show, reverence towards him. But you covered his entire career. I'm going to lean on you in this situation.
No, he had a great career. He had an incredible career. But I would ask you this. When you compare Phillip Rivers to the other quarterbacks of his era, starting with Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Brett
Ben
Favre,
Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, etc., he put up comparable stats,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have anything to show for it. And that's unfortunate for him. And that's the way quarterbacks in this era are judged. Now, you may say Dan Marino didn't win a Super Bowl or Dan Fouts didn't win a Super Bowl, but in this era, it's different.
But Dan Marino, particularly, I don't know Fouts because it was before my time. I saw him play at the end. But Dan Marino put up video game numbers in an era where you could kill the quarterback. You could mug receivers. You know what I'm saying? He was putting up 5,000 yards at a time where that was unheard of. It was... People were like, "What is this guy?" He threw for 48 touchdowns. Those records stood for 20 plus years.
where Ireland lost his argument is basically that if you're in the top 10 in passing yards, you're a Hall of Famer, and that was basically the premise of the entire
That's
thing.
changed over time.
Yeah,
I'm
because
with you.
it was the era that everybody was throwing for thousands and thousands of yards.
Well, and the other thing is like, I'll ask you, listen, I mean, I don't mean to get into these conversations about who is and who isn't. I actually hate these conversations about Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
But like, you look at a guy like Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has massive statistics, but Matt Ryan to me is not a Hall of Famer.
I agree.
You know, I mean, again, in this era of quarterback play, when Tom Brady won 7 and Ben Roethlisberger, I think, won 2, and Peyton Manning won 2, and Drew Brees won 1, and Aaron Rodgers won 1, and et cetera, et cetera. You have who else, George?
Eli's got 2, right?
Eli has 2, exactly right. Hey, Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl. Okay,
Right.
Is Joe
Right.
Flacco is he a
No.
Hall of Famer?
No.
So listen, I love Phillip Rivers, and God, I hope this story succeeds, because honestly, a 44-year-old guy who was never considered like this world-class athlete. He didn't have the reputation that Tom Brady had for body transformation and diet and everything else. That was not his reputation. If he can come back and still play in the NFL at 44 years old, being away from the game for 5 years, that's an incredible story.
And I'll tell you this, if he leads them to the playoffs, that might be enough to get him over the hump to get to the Hall of Fame.
Cap, you know who's won 2 Super Bowls who's not in the Hall of Fame?
Tell me.
Jim Plunkett. You know why? Because people hate those scumbag Raiders.
Well, I understand that. I do
Meanwhile,
indeed.
the 12 Days of Giving Back is ahead next segment. Tell us about our friends at Ocean Subaru, Cappy.
Well, it is time to celebrate the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, and Ocean Subaru of Fullerton is here to help you out. So if you buy a new car or lease a new car between now and January 2nd, Subaru and Ocean Subaru of Fullerton will donate $325 to a charity of your choice. Now, we like to keep the money local. You don't have to do that. It's up to you. But we support the Women's Club of Fullerton. This is a group of ladies that are built really to empower women in their community. But I'll just tell you this. They use this fundraiser every year, the Subaru Share the Love event, to raise a lot of money and then spread money throughout the Fullerton community. So I would love for you guys to come on in, especially as we get to the holidays. Treat yourself, treat your family to a brand new Subaru. And I'll tell you this, the interest rates right now are so unbelievably low that you can get into a brand new Subaru like the Forester that I'm in, one of these brand new sporty, safe, incredible new Subarus at really a great price. So come on into OceanSubaruOC.com for more information. Ocean Subaru is located at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton. We're right off the 91 freeway. Can't possibly miss us. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and the Subaru Share the Love event. Every journey starts with love at OceanSubaruOC.com.
Thank you, Cappy. 746. Wednesday, the 10th of December, warming up 60 degrees at the Civic Center. And the Sedano and Cap Morning Show continues 3 minutes from right now.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
What's going on, LA? It's Bethel Duran, and I love my Toyota. And nothing says reliability like Toyota and 2 great dealerships, Northridge and Wondries Toyota. Right now, you can lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $164 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's what I'm rolling in. If you're in the 818, go see my guy Reed Malib and the crew at Northridge Toyota. In the 626, go to Wondries Toyota. They're going to make it easy.
Lease excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, and dealer offers and changes. $59.99 cash or trade equity down. Expires 12/31/25.
I would like to tell everybody this. If you look at the Prize Picks app and you look at the bottom right corner, you look at the profile right down here, right here. Follow me on Prize Picks. I'll follow you back on Prize Picks. And now you can follow my picks. And I've been hot, and I can follow your picks, and we can all follow each other on Prize Picks. Let me tell you something. You tell that Italian stallion uncle of yours, Chris Morales, I have been hot on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 instantly from Prize Picks.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
It's post-game show live from Hollywood Park Casino. While you're there, enter to win the e-bike and score other great prizes like signed memorabilia or game day tickets. Don't miss it. Hollywood Park Casino, 3883 West Century Boulevard in Inglewood. This Sunday after the game, must be 21 or older. Hollywood Park Casino, party and play 24/7. Plus, if you come by, we're going to put you on the air, and you know that makes Travis nervous. And I like that. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show back 2 minutes from right now.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Hollywood sign? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local LA Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person making the deal. Additional terms apply.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. You know, we joke around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them and they made me know. And my health and my life were going to be even better once I got out of the hospital. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani.
800-345-6789. With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
Well, no. Don't get it twisted.
Homeboy.
They are, yes.
Or
they
homegirl.
are absolutely, I mean, helpful. Necessary. Like,
Yeah.
there is no question. I mean, I don't need to talk about it. I mean, Cappy obviously can sing the virtues of Rachel as a person, but particularly as well as a professional. But in general, that profession, I believe, is undervalued in a million ways by the just regular people, but they save our ass all the time.
Oh, dude, saved my life. I could tell you that right now.
There you go, 7:52. Good morning. It is time for day 5, Cappy, of our Ocean Subaru. 12 days of giving back.
You know, it's such an awesome partnership between ESPN LA and Ocean Subaru, and we are so proud to highlight the local members of our military and their families who give up so much, especially during the holidays. You know, a lot of times you have, military families where somebody is deployed, they're away, and their family is here. And all we really wanted to do was just celebrate these folks, tell a little bit of their story, donate an Islands gift card to them and their families so they go out and enjoy a holiday dinner. And today, Staff Sergeant Damian Jackson is our guest. And Staff Sergeant, good morning, sir.
Yes. Good morning. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Yourself?
I'm doing wonderful.
Nice. Well, happy holidays to you, sir, your family. I understand 20 years of service to the U.S. military. Is that right?
That is correct.
I got to ask.
Where did you serve, sir?
Yep.
I've been in the California National Guard for all 20 years. Funny, I joined when I was 33, and when I got to basic training, I hit 34. So I got in late. I was a late bloomer.
And how'd you do with all those young kids around you?
Yeah.
You know, it was 3 of us that was over the age of 30, so we hung in and outdid them, actually.
Wow, I love to hear that because we were just talking about Phillip Rivers at 44 coming back to the NFL. That's awesome. Way to go, Staff Sergeant.
He had man strength. That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
What inspired you to join at 33?
Well, during the time, I was doing security for Bel Air Patrol a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when 9/11 hit, a buddy of mine decided to go back in. So I told him to come get me, and I'll join with him. Well, a year later, I ended up joining. And from there, I never looked back. This has been the best 20 years of my life.
Wow. I am so glad to hear you say that. And we so appreciate your service because, you know, guys like us are not serving and guys like you are. And, man, we appreciate that. And I know I read something about how in 2020 when there was, you know, some unrest, certainly on the streets, that you guys were there and you guys were helping the community. I mean, I know you take a lot of pride in that period of time. Is that right?
Yes. You know, we're known as the citizen soldiers. So anytime the state has an unrest, we're there to answer the call. You know, regardless of what goes on, we're there for the people. We're there for you guys to make sure your guys are okay. And, you know, we're just there all the time.
Yeah, it's really cool. So now you've told us this story. I mean, Staff Sergeant, now you got to be into your mid-50s. How much longer are we going to do this?
I have 4 more years left, and I am done.
Well, listen, you've done a great service to this country, and we certainly appreciate everything that you do for people like us that allow us to have the freedoms that we have, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family, Staff Sergeant. We want to get you guys.
Happy holidays to you guys.
Yeah, we're just going to donate
and by the way,
gift card.
Thanks for showing it off for the old guys out there.
Yes.
That the old guys can take on those young guys.
Right,
okay?
right. With real man strength, not those little punks. That's exactly right. We're going to get you that Islands gift card. You go take your family out to a dinner on us and on Ocean Subaru and Fullerton. And, man, thank you again for your service, Staff Sergeant Damian Jackson. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, guys.
You too, Staff Sergeant.
I love this, George. I absolutely love just visiting with these folks, highlighting them, and just hearing their stories. I mean, 20 years when you go in at 33 and you turn 34. That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
4 more years and I'm done.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. But
kind of sounds like me, too. 4 more, I'm done.
Well, 5 for me, I think.
Is that the number, Cappy?
4?
Well, no, you told me 10.
Well, George and I have a commitment.
We have a pact for 10.
We have a 10-year pact. How far into it are we?
We're 4
We're
into
about
it.
halfway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so 5-6 years. Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
You mean 6, 7?
Maybe it could turn into 6, 7. Yeah, you never know.
7:57. Good morning. A
Real
wacky
quick,
Wednesday.
Christopher, real quick.
Yes.
Because we want to do top of the hour integrity. I want to tease. I know we did it in the YouTube Power Hour yesterday, the Prize Picks Power Hour. But those Rich Paul comments that circulated yesterday, we didn't touch on it during the terrestrial. Want to do that. Also, Cappy, there's still more blowback from Notre Dame, including now commissioners weighing in on this stuff after the Notre Dame AD said, quote, "We had one of the most dominant 10-game runs in college football history." So people are reacting to that. We'll have all that. Obviously, Lakers tonight against Spurs, so a lot to come here in this next hour.
And we have 2 items from Mongrel of the Morning. How about that?
Oh, there you go.
But right now, I knock on the hardwood. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Get that hardwood for Christmas, George.
Oh, yeah, listen. The reality is this. If you need flooring for your home, your rental, your ADU, your business like Dr. Clapper, I mean, listen, we were talking about Rachel earlier for her rental. She got some carpet from the Hernandez Wholesale Flooring guys. So all you need to do is do what Rachel did, do what Cappy did, do what Dr. Clapper did, and call 866-62-FLOOR.
Well, wait, George, I just want to tell you real quick. I'm going to put a video out on Instagram here soon, probably sometime today, and I'm going to show you the spectacular work that the Hernandez brothers did.
I can't wait to see it. And you can call to get that spectacular work done at 866-62-FLOOR. Legitimately family run. You got Papi Hernandez starting at 57 years ago, making sure still he's at the office, making sure those crazy Hernandez brothers, Steven and Carlos, are doing their thing. Moms there, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins, brothers, sisters, sons and daughters. They're all there. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. That's why I say it, and I mean it. No sale beats wholesale. So whether it is the hardwood that Chris was knocking on, the laminate, the tile, the vinyl, the carpet that Cappy got, and, of course, the turf for the outdoor, you name it, they got it. 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory. You can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day. Huge, especially when trying to finish a project fast. That's why designers, contractors, builders all shop there. And first responders, active military, and veterans, okay, all receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. And if you find a better price, which I doubt, you call 866-62-FLOOR, tell them your square footage, tell them what some place is offering you. They'll match it, no questions asked. Head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
Nearly 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Oh, by the way, Cappy, it is Wednesday, December 10th. 61, it's moving up. 61 degrees. Downtown LA. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show back 4 minutes from right now, mongrels.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Math is simple. Low prices plus big trade value equals huge savings for you during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we'll donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Come in today to trade and upgrade your vehicle or just sell it and get paid. You win either way. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com.
$325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Expires 12/31/2025.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams are headed to Week 15 with an NFC best 10-3 record after a 45-17 win against the Arizona Cardinals. Matthew Stafford throwing for 281 yards and 3 more touchdowns, bolstering his MVP case as well. And a huge portion of those 281 yards went to star receiver Puka Nacua, who continues to have an unbelievable season. 7 catches, 167 yards, and a career best 2 touchdowns in that game against Arizona, but he was far from the only one to have a big day. Colby Parkinson continues to impact the offense. 3 catches, 32 yards, and another touchdown for the tight end. Devontae Adams, a relatively quiet day, 4 catches for 29, but a lot of other Rams receivers in on it. Davis Allen, Kyron Williams, Xavier Smith, Jordan Whittington, Kanata Mumfield, and Blake Corum, all with catches. With Wednesday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Looking for your next great hire? Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gat knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Robert was in big trouble with the IRS.
Yes, I owed them a lot of money, over $52,000.
Then he heard about Civic Tax Relief.
They took great care of me. It went really quick. $52,000 I owed, and they had a payoff for $100, and the IRS accepted it. Man.
Off the hook for just $100?
Civic Tax Relief will take care of you. Give them a call.
Call Civic Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation. 800-881-4555. 800-881-4555. Individual results may vary. Visit civictaxrelief.com for more information.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Avner Gat, founding partner of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Avner Gat Inc. is your trusted Los Angeles public adjuster. Call me directly at 818-917-5256 for help navigating the complexity of your insurance claim. Now back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Good morning, guys.
Buenos dias.
I love the color. Yes, is right.
8:04, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a wacky Wednesday, the 10th of December. On this day in 1966, the number one hit, The Beach Boys, Good Vibrations, used in the movie Vanilla Sky, one of my favorites, and also used quite a bit for producer Lindsay to tell us to not be mean to other people. Or something like that. Good Vibrations, Cappy. Good Vibrations, Jack.
I also love Vanilla Sky. Great flick.
It is a good movie.
We might be the only three people that think that. And Sam Boney. Sam Vitesh agrees with us.
It's a thinking person's movie for sure. Yeah.
Also,
Vanilla
today is
Sky, a Tom Cruise film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, today is Dewey Decimal System Day.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
I remember
Old
that.
school.
Yeah.
Old school Dewey Decimal System. Love that.
Meanwhile, we'll get to the Mongrel of the Morning in a few minutes because we got a good one today. We got a couple inductees.
Does Rachel count as a Mongrel of the Morning today?
Potentially. You'll have to tune in minutes. But let's keep top of the hour integrity, George.
Yes, top of the hour integrity. See, look at that. You listen, Christopher. I like that.
I listen
Cappy
if you
and I
ask
like
me twice.
A little top of the hour integrity.
Or if Cappy ties me up.
So, Cappy, yesterday we talked about a couple of different things. So,
tell me.
Where do you want to go? Do you want to do Rich Paul here again, from like we did yesterday in the Power Hour, Prize Picks Power, or would you want to get to some fresh Notre Dame slander?
Fresh Notre Dame slander sounds like more fun to me.
Okay.
So I like that. And speaking of slander, just one thing, just to finish up on the Phillip Rivers conversation from the last hour. Whoever is the guy that put out on social media the new like Phillip Rivers card that you would get on ESPN.com when you click on somebody's bio, and they replaced Phillip Rivers' face with Joe Biden's face. Whoever you are out there,
it's funny.
You're a bad guy, and you're funny as hell. Okay. I mean, dude, when they showed Phillip Rivers and his stats, but it was Joe Biden's face instead of Phillip Rivers, you're a bad guy, but you're a funny guy. Back to Notre Dame slander.
Okay. So yesterday, apparently, their AD for the second day in a row was on the tour. And he here was the latest quote that circulated the rounds that people then reacted to. This is Pete Bavacqua. I don't actually believe he pronounces his name like Kurt Bavacqua, but we're just going to go Bavacqua for now. He said, quote, "As I said on Sunday, we felt we did everything we could to, over the course of the season. We lost the first two games. We're not hiding from that. We lost against a really good Miami team. We lost the nail-biter against Texas A&M, two great teams by a total of 4 points, and then we did everything we needed to do. Here's the money quote. We had one of the most dominant 10-game runs in the history of college football. And on top of that, we felt the CFP committee, the ranking committee, felt the same way going into it. Now, look, man, I'm going to do this one more time and take a quick look at the Notre Dame schedule.
I'll give it to you. Listen, I'll give it to you. So after they lost to Miami and they lost to Texas A&M, here's who they beat.
Right.
They beat Purdue, interstate rivalry.
Who's not good. Right.
No. They went to Arkansas and ham-slammed Arkansas.
Arkansas, the worst SEC team this year by a decent margin.
They beat Boise State, who became the eventual Mountain West Conference champ, but they weren't. Yeah, they were. It's mid-major. What can I tell you?
They ham-slammed NC State, who's a 500 team.
Right. They ran over. Truth be told, they ran over USC.
But I will make the case USC had a chance to still win the game. They were in the game the whole way till the end.
Yep, lost by 10, but gave up like 300 yards rushing. Went to Boston College and beat Boston College 25-10.
But they were barely beating them at halftime against a 2-10 Boston College team. Okay?
Yep, not good. They annihilated Navy, who had a really good season, and actually played
Navy.
like high-flying football. Yeah,
I know that we're highlighting the service people, of course, but what they do in real life is incredible. What they do on the football field is not something that I would deem incredible. Generally, good work, but not like, they're not some powerhouse.
No, and I would put Navy in the same category as Boise State. You play good football, but it's just a slight step down.
Correct.
Then they went on the road and they beat my Pitt Panthers, and that was a very big game because a lot of people thought Notre Dame were going to be in trouble in that game. They weren't. Yeah. They destroyed Pitt.
Right.
And then they go on and they beat Syracuse, who's not any good. By the way, they beat Syracuse 70-7.
Right, but Syracuse was literally starting a fourth-string quarterback who was a lacrosse player.
Yeah, how about that? And then they finished on the road at Stanford, which, that's just a waste of everybody's time also, because they beat up on Stanford 49-20. So when you say that we just went on one of the most historic 10-game winning streaks in the history of college football, I would say to you, rather than just trying to bloviate, Stephen A. Word.
Excellent word.
Thank you. Explain the data that shows that these 10 straight wins against only one ranked team, that's USC at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Pitt was 22, but they didn't finish ranked. So what was so impressive about it?
Right. So the Big 12 commissioner, has weighed in on this. Mm-hmm. The Big 12 commissioner is it Michael Yormark or Brett Yormark? They're brothers. I don't know.
Brett.
Is it Brett? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Brett. Yeah, because they're two brothers. They're both executives in sports.
We're brothers.
Yeah. So Brett Yormark is the commissioner of the Big 12. He's a highfalutin New York guy who the Big 12 hired to be their commissioner. And what I do know about both Yormarks, but in this case Brett, is that they don't hold back, is what I would say, for better or worse. Okay? They have a very direct personality. They don't hide their feelings. So Brett Yormark was at I believe a Sports Business Journal conference or something.
Some kind of
yesterday.
a conference. I believe it was in New York, wasn't it?
And was asked about Notre Dame's reaction to all of this and just kind of the way it's all unfolded. And here's how he laid into them.
I will say this, and I'm a little outspoken about it. I don't like how Notre Dame's reacted to it.
So
I think Pete's his behavior has been egregious. It's been egregious going after Jim Phillips when they saved Notre Dame during COVID. We all knew, and it was very transparent, Hunter was very transparent about it, the chair, that as Notre Dame and Miami got closer together, head-to-head would be a factor. Okay? BYU lost. They became closer together, head-to-head made a difference in that decision. So I think he is totally out of bounds in his approach, and if he was in the room, I'd tell him the same thing.
And he's 100% right.
Well said.
Everything he said is 1,000% accurate.
Yeah, listen, Notre Dame is this is their big claim. Well, wait a second. We were idle. Miami was idle. We were ahead of Miami. Then Miami leapfrogged us. How does that happen? And then you look for people to blame. And then instead of blaming yourself for not winning against Miami or not beating Texas A&M, the only two really, really huge games. Look, I'll give you USC, okay, historic rivalry. But the big games that they don't usually play, Miami and Texas A&M, they lost them both. And their arrogance is, well, in the previous year, we lost to Northern Illinois. And then we ran the table, and we still got into the playoff, and we made it all the way to the championship game. So there's got to be extra consideration because we're Notre Dame. I mean, that's really what this all comes down to. We're Notre Dame. We get the extra benefit, if you will, of our brand. And here's the thing. When they bailed out of all the bowl games, then what did they do? Then they looked to blame somebody else again. Let's blame ESPN. ESPN's involved in this college football playoff. They put on these shows. They were the ones that were convincing us that we were higher than them. I mean, they're just always looking to blame somebody. The bottom line is you needed to win those games. And where I'm really just irritated by Notre Dame, because I do understand the thought process of, hey, we play for championships around here, and we're not going to go play in some lower-level bowl game. But what I don't understand is you got these kids, and they want to play. And they deserve a chance to finish their career.
And they've used the kids as a shield. They've said that the kids decide, their captains decided, because there's going to be guys like Jeremiah Love opting out for the NFL, that it's not going to be the same team, that it's not worth it. I will say this. You played college football, so I will defer to you on this. But my understanding of generally how something like that would work is the administration and the adults in the room, and like the coaches and things of that nature, would go to the kids and be like, do you guys want to play in this, and they're selling it, like, to your point, in this lower meaningless bowl without your teammates. You think that a bunch of kids came to that conclusion on their own without any guidance from the adults?
Of course.
Because I don't buy that for a second.
I don't either. And by the way, these are children. And I say it like that. I don't care if they're 21 or 22 years old. They're children. You're the adults. The adults decided that they don't want Notre Dame to play. And you know why they don't want Notre Dame to play, George? Because they don't need the money.
Right.
Most of these other schools continue to play in these bowl games, and here's what these coaches think. Well, it gives me another month of practice. Okay, that's good. That gives me an opportunity to get my younger players more practice time and eventually possibly some playing time, because the fact is all these bowl games are meaningless now, right? I mean, when we were kids, if Miami was playing Nebraska in the Orange Bowl and Penn State was playing Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl, well, one might win and the other, UPI might be the number one national champion, AP might be the national champion,
Right.
and it was all about voting. So the bowl games actually had meaning back then because you didn't always get 1 versus 2 for a national championship game. So the bowl games are meaningless exhibitions, I will grant you that. But Notre Dame is in a position where if they needed the money, they would go play. But because they don't need the money, they've said, we're too good for this. And we're going to penalize ESPN. We're going to penalize college football. We're going to penalize the fans. The people who are getting penalized are the players.
I agree. And by the way, not only the players who will play their last games, to your point, how about the kids who will play next year, who would have 15 or 20 extra practices, who would have a game and real game tape? And by the way, that would also help you evaluate these kids going into next season. I think it's completely short-sighted. I think the way they've handled this is a joke, personally.
So there's also the portion of it, because Notre Dame is out and all these other schools that opted out, that's allowing...
Well, the other schools that opted out, Matt Campbell, Iowa State opted out because they don't have... The other two opted out because they don't have a coach.
Yeah, but
like,
either...
That's a little different.
Well, who's the other one? Iowa State and who else?
I think there was like 6 or 7 teams
now,
that actually...
Now, listen. Now, if
that's
Marcus
not
Freeman ends up going to the Giants, which is what most people starting to think now, then maybe, but that was not, but you should tell us that's the case. Hey, our coach may be interviewing somewhere else, but they're not being honest about that, because Adam Schefter put it out there recently that he's high on the Giants list, and so if he interviews for the job and takes the job, and that's what you're worried about, I would be more understanding. But now you're just trying to make this and put this on the kids, which I don't buy.
But at the same time, so because those schools are opting out, that's going to allow other schools that were not going to get into a bowl game that actually need the money, smaller schools. Those schools are now going to get into a bowl game where they actually do make money to help their school. So it actually helps in other ways.
No, well, it's look, another school will benefit from Notre Dame's decision. You mentioned Iowa State. Their coach took off and became the head coach at Penn State. And by the way, a very under the radar move, right? Like when all these other schools were jockeying to, Lane Kiffin was the story, and everything under Lane Kiffin became, less than a story. But Penn State and their pursuit of a coach and their inability to find one, and then late, like on their 6th or 7th try, they finally got this guy from Iowa State. Bergie, do you know, and I see Lindsay was typing away, do we know what are the other schools that opted out? Because your point is made on me that Notre Dame is the headline, like Lane Kiffin was the headline. But Iowa State, to George's point, they just didn't have a coach.
Kansas State also.
Wait, say again?
Well, right, because Kleiman is out too. Right.
There are 10 teams. It was UC.
Kansas State also opted out, and then these 7 teams declined a bowl bid. Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Kansas, Rutgers, and Temple.
No,
Notre Dame, Kansas State, Kansas, Iowa State, Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Rutgers, Temple.
No. But you're misconstruing the reason they declined. They declined because they did not meet the original criteria. So those teams declined because they were not 6-win teams.
Right, but can't you get in?
They can be chosen to be eligible because of the vacancies.
Right.
But those schools, like if you're Auburn or Florida State, you want to go to a bowl. You don't want to reward a team that won 5 games when you're that kind of school.
On the other hand,
why not though?
On the other hand, I mean, why not take the extra practices and
no, because I'm a firm believer in if you're a school of that caliber and you win 5 games, you're not even a 500 team. I would not accept the bowl eligibility there either.
If I were UCLA and somebody offered me a chance to have my team come play, and what was their final record, Greg? What were they, like 4-7, 4-8?
3. Come on now, don't give them 4 wins.
3.
They had
No,
3.
I mean, I'd still be like, hey, listen, we need to practice, and we could also use the money.
And plus, to your point, the bowl games don't mean anything anymore, so why not?
You're not going to watch them game
I think that
Notre
there
Dame
still needs
in
to
it.
be a certain threshold for particularly for those power programs.
Well, you just
if you're
said
telling me
something-
a group of 5 or a group of 6 team is going to do that, okay, whatever. I don't have a problem with it because they desperately need the money. But a Power 4 team doesn't need the money as much as those teams do because a Power 4 team, even the Big 12, is getting $35-40 million per school for their TV rights.
Well, Bergie, you just said something interesting, though. You said, people are not going to watch a lower level, inconsequential bowl game just because it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, they will.
No, the Notre Dame fans will.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But honestly, and you might watch it because it's the only football game on in the middle of the holiday season. But that was Notre Dame's other arrogant point, that we're not going to give our brand and our content to ESPN, who we now blame essentially right alongside the ACC. So it's not our fault for losing to Texas A&M. It's ESPN's fault. It's the ACC's fault for not politicking for us. It's everybody else's fault other than the Notre Dame football team. And you know what, George? Now what I'm hoping for them, because I root for their downfall all the time, now I'm really hoping that their coach does take off. There's a lot of rumors. You mentioned the New York Giants as a rumor. By the way, Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator of the Rams, his name is also being thrown around as a top candidate for the Giants. But he's Marcus Freeman, his name is out there for the Tennessee Titans job as well.
Right, which also makes sense too. But yeah, I think the Giants makes the most sense for him.
I guess my point is this: I'm rooting for Freeman to leave.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing, because and I don't know how this is going to unfold because it is what it is, but I would just be careful, Notre Dame, of all this bickering, because we've seen kind of sports have a little karma, right? Remember when Florida State was all upset because they'd lost their quarterback and they didn't make the playoff and they weren't selected, and look, the committee had a really tough spot because Florida State did win out, but they were not going to be one of the top 4 teams at that particular time without Jordan Travis, who was an excellent college quarterback, okay? And they threatened legal action, if you recall correctly. And then the next year, they won 2 games.
Yep.
Well, so I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to Notre Dame. I'm not saying that. But you just have to be careful with the karma of this whole thing, because, man, it will come back to bite you at some point.
Well, yeah, and for Florida State in that example, don't forget, before the following season where they only won 2 games, what did they do? They went to a bowl game. They faced Georgia.
And they got destroyed.
Right. Georgia had as much of a gripe as anybody for not making the playoff.
They had only lost 1 game in the SEC title game.
and Georgia smoked Florida State, humiliated them, set them back. And Florida State would be in a position of firing their coach this year if they had the buyout kind of money. You know, there's a lot of talk about that. So I'm with you. I think Notre Dame, and again, at the beginning of the week, I was like, I sort of understand this notion of we only play for championships, but the athletic director has just dug a deeper hole as the week has gone on. And I just love to see all the Notre Dame hate.
I'm glad you've come my way, Kevin.
8:23.
Are you going to go my way?
8:23, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, the YouTube chat is fighting about SAT words. I don't even know why. I don't know. Do we think the Mongrels did well on the SAT?
I don't know, man. They just they do their own thing sometimes.
I understand.
Their own show going
we
on.
will do the Mongrel of the morning. We've got 2 inductees coming up in just a few minutes. But first, guys, tell us about our friends at Prize Picks.
Listen, you want sports action in the state of California? Prize Picks is the place to be. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. It's very simple to play Prize Picks as well. It's more, it's less. There's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable. So for basketball, I know the NBA Cup is tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are in action against the Thunder, right? You got Suns against the OKC. Suns, Thunder, and Lakers Spurs, rather.
Right. There you
and you can, for basketball, you can go points, rebounds, assists, or a combination thereof. Look, you bundle a couple together, Cappy, you can win cold hard cash.
So I'm just taking a look at some numbers tonight. Luka, 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
How'd you do yesterday? I gave you the Jalen Brunson, but I don't remember what the other one you did.
I don't recall either, but the Jalen Brunson thing came through for me because Jalen Brunson, it was 1.5 3-pointers, and
which was a steal.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I'm looking today. I'm looking at SGA, 31.5 points against Phoenix. I'm looking at Luka, 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm also looking at Luka just as points. Luka, 33 points. I kind of like Luka for 33 points. I like him to play him more.
Averaging.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 1.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Say that one more time.
What did you say? What was the points, rebounds, and assists number?
51.5.
Yeah, I don't think you should be going for that. I think those, like, the value is in some of those other props, like the 3-pointers with Brunson, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, you need to find the little, find the little market inefficiency.
Well, I think you got to dig deep. I mean, when you go to the Prize Picks app, first of all, you download the Prize Picks app. You use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You get your first $5 lineup in. You get $50 instantly. But what happens is when you go there, they'll give you first the most popular plays. And so if you start with the popular plays, that's great. But then you got to start digging in deeper. Points, rebounds, and assists. Just points, rebounds, assists, just by themselves. 3-pointers made, points and assists combined, field goals made. There are so many ways to play and so many ways to win on Prize Picks. So make sure you download that app. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cabby. I didn't mean to
That's all right. That's all right.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right, Christopher.
8:25 in the morning. Sedano and Cap on this Wednesday, December 10th. A wacky Wednesday. Cappy, it is now 63 degrees in downtown L.A. We got a high of 81 today. So, you could wear a quarter zip and then you could take it off like Bergie always does. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'll do a Mongrel of the morning. Maybe a little Radio Tinder. Plus, don't forget, Young D, producer DeAndre, will actually join us this morning in the Prize Picks Power Hour after 9 o'clock. We're back in 4 minutes from right now, Jack.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
I would like to tell everybody this. If you look at the Prize Picks app and you look at the bottom right corner, you look at the profile right down here, right here. Follow me on Prize Picks. I'll follow you back on Prize Picks. And now you can follow my picks. And I've been hot, and I can follow your picks. And we can all follow each other on Prize Picks. Let me tell you something. You tell that Italian stallion uncle of yours, Chris Morales, I have been hot on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 instantly from Prize Picks.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Performance on the field, but off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Oral, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, what's up, Holmes?
Good morning, 8:27. It's a Rams watch party with a huge prize and huge implications. The Rams-Seahawks game next Thursday could decide the number 1 seed in the NFC. Join us at 5 p.m. at Kelsey's inside Pechanga Resort Casino. It's free to join, but you have to sign up at ESPNLA.com to save your spot. That's ESPNLA.com. I'll be there, but the more important thing is, not only will the Rams-Seahawks be massive, you also have a chance to play in Sua Craven's foursome. Oh, Sua! You have to be in attendance to win that prize. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official California gaming and casino partner of the Los Angeles Rams. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show back in 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Introducing Los Angeles' newest, most trusted injury hotline.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift-giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the Beard Hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
8:30, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We play a little Chuck Mangione because it feels so good just because. No OTD. We just want to blow that sack. So actually, he used to blow a trumpet, I think.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you hit the post on a song that doesn't have lyrics?
Well, there's a way to do it, but I didn't play this from the beginning. I queued in about 7.5 minutes.
Okay, it's 7.5 minutes into this song?
Oh, this thing goes for like 9.5 minutes, the full version.
Man.
Also, this is like our emergency backup song because I had something queued up and then I clicked X and then we had like 30 seconds left and Jorge was like, hey, man, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go.
Is it Mangione or Mangione?
I don't know.
I always pronounce the E.
I pronounce
But him
E
and
too,
the King
yeah.
of the Hill, that was one of the greatest bits
so
ever.
Good.
Blow that trumpet.
Not Timmy Trumpet.
Oh, speaking of which, Bergie, were people lamenting the Dodgers ruined baseball again more yesterday? I didn't really listen to the coverage afterwards.
The rest of the country thinks that the Dodgers are ruining baseball in every sense. Why are they getting everybody? There was a whole bunch of people going, like Mets fans just completely crashing out. It was wonderful.
Well, I could understand them, though.
Yeah. My son, who's a diehard Padre fan, told me this. They should cancel the baseball season this year.
They said that last year, too.
Hey, Dad! We played
give him the ring already.
We played a clip
Give
from
him the trophy.
from WFAN on Mason and Ireland, and it wasn't their afternoon show. It was like their midday show, and they were losing their mind. Like, take that, Mets! Take that! It was not great. It was just screaming for the heck of it.
Well, yeah, they do a lot of screaming.
A lot of
and
screaming.
take it for someone who screams a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It is time for the Mongrel of the Morning. We're going to do 2 of them. Who's it brought to you by, Cappy?
It is brought to us by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from where all mongrels may be.
We start with the one and only, yes, Cappy's girlfriend.
Is there a mongrel epicenter is what you're saying, Cappy?
Doesn't matter where you are. If you're a mongrel, you're 90 minutes from Morongo.
Not an epic center.
Yes, not an epic.
We begin with Rachel, who joined our mongrel chat this morning on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Cappy, well done, I think, but I don't know if I would ever want Stephanie in it or if anybody would want their significant other in the mongrel chat.
Well, I think what happened is, I'm a lovable guy, and last night, Rachel had a night out with her girlfriends because they were doing some kind of a, like a holiday dinner with the ladies. And so I didn't get to be with her last night. And then tonight, I have an event. George, I think I've told you about this in the past. My boy, Fat Tony, he raises...
Who's not fat anymore.
Right. He raises $30,000. And then we take 300 kids and we give them all $100 gift cards and we set them free in Walmart and let them go to town. And so tonight, we've got our big event. So she was out with the girls last night. I'm out with the boys tonight. I think she misses me, and she joined the YouTube chat, and she became a mongrel. I think.
Well, there we go. So, Rachel, our mongrel of the morning. But we have a second, because I got a voicemail from our friend Cambone. And this actually is going to open up what I want to do in 2026, which is set up the voice lines for every show. So some people can leave messages, and we'll play them on the air like the old, hey, the listener line, call and leave a complaint.
I think I like the listener line.
I like it, too. So our first edition, as we round out and wind up and end 2025, of course, has to be Cambone. Hit it.
What's up, my new best friend, Mr. Chris Morales? Look, I got to tell you, homie, I bet you like 3 or 4 times you only remember me from the last one at the USC game because all my shine on the eat a fat one, bro. I got to tell you that, dude. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I just got to say, man, what's going on with the mornings, man? What's up with Cappy? What's up with everybody, dude? The morale is down. Do you need me to come in there, dude, and burn some sage or do a dance or something? I don't know, man, but whatever you need, man, I got you guys because something's missing in that morning show. I just got to say this. I just say, Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro. Because Kaplan and fat one rhyme. And I just got to say this, Chris Morales, eat a fat one with molasses. Because molasses and Morales rhyme. And you're really hard to rhyme with, bro, but Chris Morales, eat a fat one with molasses. And do something about that morning show because it's much worse than this.
So I replied and said, thanks for the voice note. We'll play it. But what do you mean? What's the issue this week? And he replied and said, Cappy's really dragging this week. And I go, I don't know.
I don't know if I feel like I'm dragging.
His point was, because I kept going with him, a show needs more Cappy hijinks.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe it's because we're not in studio as much this week, that we're not doing like wacky bits. We didn't play Swing Your Sausage this week with you, Cappy.
Yeah, I want to play that game.
You aren't mounting me like the old days.
Well, I kind of had a Friday
wait a
mount
minute.
in
Are
mind.
you allowed to be mounted?
Now I am. I'm cleared to be mounted now.
I don't want to hurt your heart.
No, I think as long as you don't stand on me, we're okay.
Okay, because I was thinking that a Friday Morales mounting was something that I was really into,
Well, you will be here in studio Friday,
right?
So maybe we'll do it. We'll go gentle, though.
Okay, so Friday we're in studio.
We'll use a safe word.
Okay, and then Sunday we got the Rams pregame, then we get the Rams game against the Lions, and we get the Rams postgame.
So we'll do some wacky hijinks.
Right, then we're gonna go to the East Central together on Sunday night, and then Monday we'll all be in together.
Don't forget, Cappy, on Friday we are going to play Swing Your Sausage.
Yeah.
Because George has got to leave early for the YouTube hour. So Clinton said that he would come in and play it.
Oh, he'll play it with
Clinton
you.
wants to play. Clinton definitely wants to
There
play
you go.
Swing Your Sausage, yes. Yes, he does.
Meanwhile, maybe we'll do a little Radio Tinder in a moment. But first,
we got to do I'm not skipping on the Rich Paul thing again. We did this yesterday. We ended up doing it in the YouTube hour, and we need. I said in the beginning of the show multiple times we will do it this hour.
All right. Well, we'll do that. But first, tell us about our friends
integrity
at Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Yes, listen, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. You want to get into a Cadillac? Of course you do, because it defines luxury at the top of its game. It's very simple, guys. When you drive a Cadillac, you know you've made it. It's very, very simple. And they drive like a dream. It doesn't matter which car it is, whether it's an EV, an SUV, a sedan. And look, I know you've been waiting for that perfect moment to step into real luxury. And now's the time. Cadillac of Beverly Hills just kicked off the season's best sales event with incredible offers to unwrap the holidays. Tons of beautiful brand new Cadillacs to choose from. And it's all happening right now at the best luxury dealership in the world, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. So go see my friends Dan and Tony at Cadillac of Beverly Hills today, at Wilshire and Robertson in Beverly Hills, or check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com. Maybe you get into one of these lyrics that I'm in right now. They start at about $400, man. Beautiful, beautiful car, and they drive like a dream. So check them out at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
8:37, good morning.
All right,
Kids love
George,
the
let's
quack, quack.
let's jump into this Rich Paul, Max Kellerman podcast, but it's not really about them or their podcast. It's really more about Rich Paul as I think, because I have not listened to this podcast. I've just seen the social media post. But if you're Rich Paul and you're most associated, you've made the point on me that he represents a lot of guys around the NBA, but he's most associated and became famous because of, the representation of LeBron and the partnership that he seemed to have had with Jeannie Buss. And now he's, at least it seems on the surface, that he's more of a Laker critic than he is a Laker supporter.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's going into a space where he, he's going to have opinions, and he's got a lot of them. He's shared them before. Like, every time he's been a guest on somewhere, he's always said something that people are like, oh, wow, I can't believe he said that.
Right, because most people probably just assume that everything you're going to say is pro your player or pro your player's team, and you don't want to maybe ruffle feathers, especially when you're having to do negotiations with team executives, et cetera. So I am curious to hear what he's saying and what has sparked so much conversation.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. First clip was about he doesn't believe the Lakers are a championship caliber team at the moment.
I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Final. I don't think they have enough to get to really contend from that perspective.
So OKC is in a class by themselves. And here they are, they're rolling. Now they're confident because they just won the championship. They're maturing. They're getting better. So, okay, put them aside for a second. You think the Lakers don't fit in with the rest of the pack? They got the second best record in the conference.
Yeah, but we've seen that before. That doesn't mean anything. I think when you have the talent up top that they have, those guys can win games.
LeBron and Luka.
But also Austin's played
Austin
very well
Reeves,
this year.
Absolutely.
He's taking a step. But then things start to really, when you come to back half of the season, where guys are really, now they have their conditioning,
they're scouting you different, they're preparing for you more. Yeah.
It's one thing. Then when you go into the playoffs, we've seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled. So when you look at it now, athleticism, length, shooting, speed, right? Because now, can the Lakers play fast? I don't think so. And style of play. You can't, that style of play is going to be very easy to guard
but
when you get to the playoffs.
But who do they not fit in with other than OKC?
Denver's, no. They're not a better team than
Houston?
Denver. Athletes.
I think they fit in with, look, ideally Austin Reeves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer sixth man, right?
Yeah.
To make you a sixth man.
Going back to the championship organization versus an organization with championships. I just don't. I think there's a couple things to be made, changes to be made in the short and the long. In the short, I'm putting LeBron as the screener because, no offense to Ayton or Jackson Hayes, they're just not the decision maker coming out of the pick and roll.
It makes it hard. If you have Luka and LeBron in those roles,
what I'm saying.
Because now, LeBron is overqualified for that role.
But now all you need in that case, we've seen it, the guy in the dunker spot, and then the guy in the short corner. If they make shots, then you're very tough to beat.
So let me just break this down very quickly. Some thoughts on what he said. I don't think he's inaccurate. We have talked about they're not better than OKC. They're not better than Denver. He thinks they're not better than Houston. I think that's somewhat debatable. But he is right that they're more athletic than the Lakers. There's no question about that. What I would also add is that we talked about this briefly yesterday. In July, he made a statement that he put out, that he released, that was very similar to this, that they didn't believe that they were a championship level team right now. We have discussed ad nauseum that they need to add another perimeter defender who can shoot the ball. So I don't think anything he said there was necessarily out of bounds or anything that we haven't said ourselves.
I don't think it's out of bounds. I just think that I can't help myself but think about the timing of it all. You know, your point is made on me, George. He did say months ago that, hey, look, LeBron's got to consider where he is in his career, and LeBron's got to think about what he wants to do. And, maybe the Lakers don't have the roster for a championship run. I mean, that is a fact. He did say those things. But I just question the timing. In other words, he's now got a podcast. And if you want to make your podcast interesting, you better say something. You're an interesting guy because of who you are, who you represent, your career, etc. But if you want people to listen, you better say interesting stuff. And he's saying some interesting stuff here, but in my mind, I can't help but know who he is, who he represents, and the relationship that he's had with the Lakers for all these years. And now the fact of the matter is that the relationship that Rich Paul and LeBron had with the Lakers was the relationship with Jeannie Buss. And she doesn't own the team anymore. So now it's easier to be a critic, I think.
I don't know, man. He's got so many clients on big teams that are championship caliber teams. Like I just think that we're just focusing on the one person.
Correct, because this is who he's talking about. This team.
Let's do more of this in 3 minutes. But first, Cappy, tell us about Avner Gatt.
Oh, gosh, it'd be my absolute pleasure. And as a matter of fact, just this morning, I put out a video where I'm telling a story, and I've told the story before, but it goes like this. We had a massive flood in our house, and there was like 3 inches of water on the roof, and it was pouring over the side of the house. And I told the story about how my neighbors called, and I had to run to the house. It's not the house we live in, and I had to open up the water thing on the street and stick my hand in there, and there were all these cucarachas, and it was disgusting, right?
The water thing, and there's all these cucarachas.
See, oh, it was disgusting, man. But here's what happened. Here's what happened. I called Avner. I literally called Avner Gatt.
And he said,
hello.
Right.
And I said to Rachel, I go, you don't understand. We got to call Avner because this is his area of expertise. We have an expert on speed dial, 818-917-5256. So I called Avner. He said hello. And Rachel and Avner and I sat on the phone and we talked together. And we said, hey, look, we had this flood. Here's what happened. Here's the damage. Here's what we've already incurred in terms of costs. Right. Avner, should we be putting in a homeowner's insurance claim? And this was the beauty of Avner. He said, absolutely not. It's not big enough for you to put in a claim. You'd be better served spending your own money to get these things fixed because you're going to open up another whole can of cucarachas when you decide to call your insurance company. So here's what I want you to do. If you find yourself in a similar situation, a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a supply line goes and bursts, your fire sprinklers don't work and they break and there's water everywhere, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. You can visit them online at avnergatt.com where you can learn about all the other services for all the other things that might go wrong. But when you have to do a battle with your homeowner's insurance company, you don't know the agents, you don't know the adjusters, you don't even know your own policy. Avner knows it all. You call Avner Gatt. He and his family take the call. Avner Gatt, your claim is our game.
Thank you, Cappy. We will continue the Rich Paul conversation 3 minutes from right now.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
When it's game time, every play counts. So when it's time to choose your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. From the powerful work-ready Silverado to the family-sized Traverse and all-electric standouts like Blazer and Equinox EV, George Chevrolet has an incredible selection and a championship-caliber team ready to help you get the perfect Chevy at the best price. Visit them off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood Exit in Bellflower, or shop online at GeorgeChevy.com. That's GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Disney on Ice invites you to an adventure that's off the charts as DJ Mickey and his friends remix your favorite tunes from The Lion King, Frozen 2, Moana, The Little Mermaid, and Wish. Plus, the party goes off the charts when special guest DJ Stitch takes control. Every beat creates a magical moment. Only at Disney on Ice Let's Dance. Playing the LA area December 11th through January 4th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Did you know Children's Hospital Los Angeles treats more kids with cancer and blood diseases than anywhere else in the Western U.S.? With over 200 clinical trials and some of the highest survival rates in the country, the Cancer and Blood Disease Institute at CHLA is the #1 pediatric cancer program in California. When your child faces an opponent like cancer, trust the team that delivers in the clutch. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Herbert. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, and me, Chris Morales, for the ESPN LA Rams postgame show. Live from Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes like signed sports memorabilia or tickets to an upcoming LA sporting event. While you're there, enter for a chance to win a brand new Pedigo e-bike. And I'm putting Rams fans on the air live from HPC after the game. Hollywood Park Casino is LA's hottest card room and the only place where you can party and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 and older.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
I really want to play that sausage game. I like swing your sausage. That's like my kind of game, I think.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
No, I have nothing to do with this.
Exactly what you do.
Oh, my God. Look at him swing that sausage.
Back to Sedano and Cap.
8:48. Good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Wednesday, a wacky Wednesday, the 10th of December. Cappy, let's hear our friends Yali Crew sing a little holiday music, Jack. Meanwhile, we continue the Rich Paul conversation, already in progress until 55:50, boys and girls. Yeah.
I will push back on one thing Max said, too. I mean, he just, like, flippantly, said, Austin Reeves can be the Manu Ginobili of the team, and, like, in a perfect world, he's the sixth man. Maybe offensively, you can make that comparison, but Manu Ginobili was a good defender in his time in the NBA, and Austin has proven to not be yet. I'm not saying he may or may not be able to be better on that end, but to this point, like, to compare him to Ginobili as an all-around player, to me, is a little bit of a stretch.
I just thought sixth man. I thought Austin Reeves was a two-man.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like is he insinuating he needs to be a guy that comes off the bench because he's having a pretty good season for that.
That's what he's insinuating.
That's dumb.
Because I don't disagree with this, and maybe this is what he's alluding to. I don't know, but it's hard. It's going to be hard when you have him and Luka in the backcourt together in the playoffs.
Well, let's see.
Because defensively, it doesn't look like that's going to be great.
Who would you have in the starting lineup ahead of?
Well, in a perfect world, you trade for somebody, right? That's like a 3-and-D kind of wing, you know what I mean? And then I don't know. I'm just throwing this name out, like Keon Ellis from the Sacramento Kings, right? Like he's like your starter, or even Marcus Smart, you know what I mean?
So you
like
have
if
some
you
defense in the starting lineup, in the backcourt.
Yeah, and then that way you bring Austin in and he can cook. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean you're not playing him and Luka together in spurts, but you're staggering it a little differently.
And he's also going to play at the end of games, and he's still going to get his 30, 35 minutes anyway, but just coming off the bench.
Yeah. But it just gives you a chance to kind of establish defensively a little bit. It's all a chess game at the end of the day. That's what rotations are.
Yeah, but I'll just say this. Austin Reeves, I know, I got it. We all saw his performance last year in the postseason. I'm not ready to write off a guy this young who's this good and whose game continues to evolve. So for me, it's kind of like I look at quarterbacks in the NFL. It's real easy to write off a guy like J.J. McCarthy because he has not played particularly well. But then you say to yourself, well, wait a second. He was hurt his entire rookie year, and he's been in and out of the lineup this year. And then you have a game like he had this past weekend where he has 3 touchdown passes with no interceptions. You go, okay, maybe there's something there. It's too early to give up on a guy like Austin Reeves because we've seen constant growth and constant improvement. And by the way, where would this Laker team be this year right now if it wasn't for Austin Reeves?
They'd be
and
under
how
500.
much different?
Without Austin Reeves, they would be under 500.
Okay, so that's a, listen, I was going to say probably more just a couple of games better than 500. My only point is that I'm not giving up on Austin Reeves yet. George, your point about his defensive skills or lack thereof, fair point, but I'd like to see it again before I make a decision like I'm ready to give up on that guy because Austin Reeves, to me, get ready, here it comes. You know what he is. That's right, heart and soul guy. That's right, simple, simple, just heart and soul. Thank you. Anyway, back to more Rich Paul.
No more J.J. McCarthy talk, or
what? I don't think
just
we're
a comparison.
I don't think we're gonna have time for the other bite, but it's fine. Like it just what I would just say is this is, I'm genuinely curious because I think Max is incredible, and I think Rich is clearly outspoken and not worried about ruffling feathers. I actually think this is gonna be a very good listen, and kudos to Bill Simmons and The Ringer for putting this pairing together because I'm fascinated to listen to more to it. By the way, you know what I do want to get into in the YouTube hour, Cappy?
What? Tell me.
Is tonight is the 30 for 30 on Stuart Scott.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, booyah. Yeah, I definitely want to see that. By the way, just back to this Rich Paul, Max Kellerman pairing. I'm interested, too. I mean, listen, here's how I see it, okay? This is my version of it.
Here we go. I'm gonna just take my headphones off because I know that I don't want this even associated with me because I know where you're going.
Okay, here it goes.
All right, I'm putting my headphones away. Okay.
To me, Max Kellerman has been on his tour now, which is the I'm coming out of hibernation tour. And what does everybody want to talk to me about? They want to talk to me about what happened on First Take. So, why did Stephen A. push you off of First Take? So Max has his agenda, if you will. And then you got Rich Paul over here, and Rich Paul represents LeBron, and we all know that LeBron and Stephen A. and the whole battle last year, and then LeBron going on a tour where he could talk about Stephen A., and Stephen A. going on a tour. You don't want to make an enemy out of me. If that brother would have swung on me, you would have seen what happened. So you have Rich Paul, who represents LeBron, and LeBron don't like Stephen A., and you got Kellerman, who got essentially fired from the show, who don't like Stephen A., and you put them two together, and now you got this show where, hey, they got this commonality from the very beginning, and for me, that makes it very, very compelling. Take a powerful sports agent with a very well-known sports commentator, and you put those two guys together as partners, and they both have a common enemy. For me, I find that to be compelling. Now you can put your headphones back on.
Parker,
George.
did we go one shot on Cappy? Because I don't want it. None of us want part of that either.
No, pretty much.
So
You're
Parker
good?
went one
yeah,
shot.
He said one shot.
All right, baby. Beautiful.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
But George was in the corner, and he was in the corner, headphones off, and staring out into the view.
Okay.
Wants no part of that at all.
I don't think any of us do, frankly.
Why is that hot? Is that controversial?
We have a giant ESPN banner on our logo, so
just reading the situation,
The YouTube Hour, also known as the Prize Picks Power Hour, is coming up. The Rich Eisen Show. 3-2. Coming up at 9 a.m. terrestrially on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. We will continue, if you're listening to us on the app. Stay right there, sucker. We continue in the Prize Picks Power Hour. Thanks to Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, to get $50 in lineups. After you play your first $5 lineup, that's code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups. After you play your first $5 lineup, Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
A partridge in a pear tree? How about a cold beer and some crab legs at the marketplace? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Entertainment throughout the casino, 9 p.m. till who knows?
Number 2.
Football playoffs are upon us. Catch all the action on our beautiful big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
And the number 1 reason.
$25,000 in our Jackpot Palooza. Drawing 7 p.m. the 13th.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 5th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Discover the bold taste of tradition with Amor Salsita homemade authentic salsas. Hi, this is Jerry with Amor Salsita. From dipping your chips, marinating your favorite dish, topping your tacos, Amor Salsita brings the vibrant flavors of Mexico straight to your table. Salsas with smoky, juicy, chunky tomato, roasted tomatillos, and mango habanero flavors. Visit amorsalsita.com and discover the flavors and recipes. Pick up your Amor Salsita at any Albertsons, Vons, or Pavilions in the produce department. From our kitchen to yours, Amor in every bite.
History lives in the Lakers. Kobe, Magic, Kareem, all the greats. And with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, we are witnessing history being made right now. The excitement never ends, and every bounce, every bucket, every moment seems to only get more exciting. You can catch every Lakers moment from way back then till now at the official Lakers YouTube channel. Get the sickest, latest highlights, in-depth behind-scenes access, historical moments cemented in time, and more at Lakers YouTube. And subscribe now.
Call Jacob. In a city full of stars, one number shines the brightest. Say it together with me. 800-345-6789.
That's the new way to call Jacob. Same lawyer, same city, same results, just easier to remember.
Call Jacob. Accident or injury, you know who to call.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
The town loves a good highlight. But what happens after the lights go out? That's where real work starts. At Vista Paint, we're here for the ones that don't skip prep, who show up early, take clean edges, and don't cut corners. We make the paint that covers, sticks, and gets it done. Going strong past the hype, because the best jobs don't need a filter, just the right tools. When you're working late and pushing through the weekend, you need a partner that stands with you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts. Just reliable products and local service you can trust. Vista Paint. No flash, just finish.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap morning show.
Anybody here see the Billy Joel documentary series? Anybody watch that?
It's still on my queue.
Yeah, I haven't watched
for the 2-week break.
I thought it was amazing.
It's
and
kind of
by
a
the way,
snooze fest.
oh, I loved it. You got to be a Billy Joel fan. Are you not a Billy Joel fan?
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen documentaries about bananas, and you know, it's interesting, more interesting than that.
Wow, I loved the Billy Joel documentary. I would say if you're a Billy Joel fan, it's more interesting than the banana documentary that's playing right now on Netflix about Dole.
The Sedano and Cap morning show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Wait a minute, Dong Hammerstein said what?
He said that George mailed it in.
Listen, my mailing it in is better than 99.9% of the sports radio world's full efforts.
Wow, you hear that, Dong? The Donger need food.
A man who was called a bad guy by Chris Canty at 6:42 this morning.
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break. So Tuesday would be the 21st-ish. Does that sound about right to you? Tuesday the 21st.
I don't believe that would be the
Tuesday
case.
is the 16th.
Oh, that. Yeah.
The 21st is a Sunday.
What is today's date?
The 9th.
The 9th.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Oh, should I start adding that to my time checks?
Yeah, I didn't know what
like the old days.
All right.
There we go. It's 8:03 on this 9th of December, Tuesday.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Mark Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo? Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it. You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, mongrels, stay tuned.
9:02 and 30 seconds. Welcome to the Prize Picks Power Hour on a Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, Cappy. My thermometer's not out. So stand by.
Out of what?
It's not out, meaning I don't have the temperature.
64.
Oh, 64 degrees in the Southland in downtown Los Angeles. It is time for that Prize Picks Power Hour. Download the app today and use code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. DeAndre Hawkins, Young D, Producer D, will join us around 9:30 this morning.
With glossy lips.
Okay. With glossy lips, apparently.
Well, he had glossy lips yesterday, ready to roll.
Really? Oh, okay.
On screen. And we didn't go to him.
Hey, speaking of Prize Picks for 1 second, George, I don't know if you noticed, but during our commercial breaks on YouTube, we have a new Prize Picks spot that runs, which kind of explains to people how to follow us on Prize Picks. All you do is you download the app, you use the code CAPPY, you get your first $5 lineup, and you get $50. But if you look at the bottom right corner of profile, that's where you can find us. So now you can follow our picks, we can follow your picks. And because of this commercial that we're running on YouTube, I just added 50 new followers on Prize Picks. So keep it coming, everybody. You want to follow my picks? I'll let you know when I'm getting hot. I'll also let you know when I'm getting ice cold. But when I'm hot, follow and play. And, George, I'd like a little more advice later on today about tonight's big games.
Well, I don't know. You said I owe you $10 still. From a couple
Well, that was
weeks
last
ago.
week. That was a couple weeks ago.
He's like, I'm not giving you any more advice because you.
I gave you Jalen Brunson. It was he cashed easy.
Yeah,
Cashed
Jalen
in the
Brunson was a
first
good
quarter.
play. It was a good play. It was last week you gave me somebody else, and it was horrible. Horrible. And I asked you for $10. But you didn't give it back to me. I'll absorb the $20
Are we even
loss.
now that I gave you Jalen Brunson yesterday?
No, not exactly.
Why? Because you missed on the other hit, on the other play?
You want to know the real truth?
You didn't play it.
I went to go submit my lineup yesterday, and I opted into a promotion, and I didn't have enough promotional bucks to play it. So rather than going back out and opting out of the promotion and playing it just straight up, I got distracted. I get distracted easily. And then I never got back and played it. And then when you started sending me notes last night, like, hey, Jalen Brunson just had his 4-3, I was like, oh, good, I played that. And then I went to my open entries, and I was like, oh, gosh darn it, I forgot to get it in. So, still owe me $10. You Venmo me?
Real quick, we've got a lot on the docket, but I want to talk about this. Fade out the music, please, Jorge. So, our friends at In-N-Out, who've been partners with us for many years, we had a meeting with them a few months ago, and I love to talk about In-N-Out because of my heart failure story, in which when the Italian Stallion, my uncle, Cappy, was helping me recover when I got out of the hospital, my diet was really strict. Mm-hmm. Sodium was off limits, right? And when you're dropped into that, so first it was just surviving and not dying, right? Then it was, okay, now what am I going to do lifestyle-wise to get healthy? But also I had lived a lifestyle that had alcohol, cigars. That was all gone. Now my food was really restricted. And I had to walk several miles every day to get healthy again. The Italian Stallion said, my uncle, hey, the In-N-Out next to the house is 3 miles. Let's walk 3 miles there. Let's eat lunch every day. They do no sodium meat for you and no sodium fries. And then we'll walk 3 miles back. So you'll get your 6 miles every day. And you can feel normal eating a meal that is normal. And guess what? I did that. a double-double, no cheese, because that's got a lot of sodium in it, no salt. I would say no sodium on the meat, no salt on the meat, no salt on the fries, and they did it. And now we know my heart is back to normal functioning. So In-N-Out helped me build heart failure. But here's why I want to mention this. A couple of months ago, they came in for a meeting here with the great Mark Cates and all of us. They gave us all these little In-N-Out bags, and I'm holding it up to the camera. It looks like a little lunch bag, but it looks like an In-N-Out bag. So today on the subway, as I took my train right here, somebody asked me, where'd you get that? I go, I think you can purchase them. They're like, it's making me hungry already, and it's 6:30 in the morning because we all know how great In-N-Out is. And when we talk about In-N-Out, we can talk about the burgers, the fries, what they did for me and heart failure, all that. But part of what In-N-Out does that a lot of people aren't aware is their amazing foundations now. And I want to talk about this event coming up in January. As you make plans for your weekends in January, coming up in 2026, one of their foundations is called Slave to Nothing. And Slave to Nothing, this foundation's mission is to free people from being enslaved to any person or substance. And as we know, I was a slave to alcohol, right? So Slave to Nothing is their foundation, and they've got the Cruise into Freedom event, a car cruise, car show, and dinner in Redondo Beach, Saturday, January 17th in 2026. You can go to slavetonothing.org, slavetonothing.org to register now. And again, we all love In-N-Out. We all love the food. We all love everything about In-N-Out, right? Probably the most successful fast food chain in Southern California. But their foundations do so much amazing good for so many people. And really, you got to support them, because if you support In-N-Out in one way, support their foundations. And I donated during the Black Friday promotion to where they were doubling and matching a lot of people's donations, slavetonothing.org. And this thing, it sounds like a great, if you love vintage cars and you love In-N-Out, Cruise into Freedom coming up Saturday, January 17th in Redondo Beach, Cappy.
Hey, that slavetonothing.org is the word slave, the number 2, and then the word nothing. Slavetonothing.org. That was great and well said, Chris, because I'll tell you something. If we're going to just get like an ounce serious for just a second, I was actually really impressed yesterday. Chris and I were on a call with a future partner that you'll hear about in the new year. And, Chris, you dropped this phrase like as if it was nothing, but I saw the reaction of the people on the other end, and they were like, I really love the fact that he was willing to share that with us. When you told everybody, you didn't say like, hey, I'm a recovering alcoholic, or hey, I had an alcohol issue and I'm over it. You were like, I'm an alcoholic. And when you said that, I'm not joking around in the slightest bit. Like, I was like a little taken aback, but the partner on the other end was like, that is what we're all about here at our brand, authenticity and being real and being honest. And so it's good to hear you talk about that, because we get to the end of the year. What was it in January of last year, of 2025, that all this happened? I'm just because, again, I don't know the day.
So I began my sober journey. I decided I was going to stop alcohol. And at the time, I didn't think for my life. I just went for a little while to lose weight. And we now know why I was putting on so much weight so quickly was the edema and the heart failure. But the last time I had a drink of alcohol was on December 31st, 2024. So my 1-year sobriety date is coming up. And then in January, I remember the date, because remember, then the fires happened. Mm-hmm. So we didn't come to work for a while. We were running just the network, and it was not safe for people to commute, and we didn't know what was next. Fires were all over Southern California. Then when we came back to work, we did one live imaging Tuesday. And that's when you said to me, you don't look good. You look gray, and you're really big. And I was like, and if you remember, the next morning I texted you and said, hey, it's funny you said that last night. I thought I was just getting fatter because of all the stress and the booze, and I had stopped drinking, but that's what kind of slung me into heart failure. I texted you the next morning like, hey, my feet are swollen, and then everything else would start swelling up. I actually went into the hospital February 3rd. That's when that began, but it really was beginning last November, December, into a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, I know. Listen, we get to the end of the year, George, and we, I don't know, I think everybody kind of gets retrospective about the year that you've just had and the things you want to do going forward, and maybe some new goals for yourself and whatever. When we think about 2025 and we think about where we started this year and where we're ending this year, it's pretty amazing, all that has happened. So love what you were saying about the low sodium on the burgers at In-N-Out and the slavetonothing.org organization and the big event that's coming up in Redondo on January 17th. So, again, slave, the number 2, nothing, and help support our great partnership with In-N-Out. In fact, now you got me hungry.
I'm going to have some In-N-Out today, I think.
I would have a double-double animal style right now. I don't care that it's 9, 10 in the morning. I would eat that right now.
By the way, In-N-Out could be open 24 hours. They don't, because they need to close at some point to restock and get the stores all cleaned up and staffed again. But if they were open at 6 a.m., they'd be full.
Oh, yeah, no question.
No doubt.
I have never driven past an In-N-Out where the line is literally not like all the way out to the beginning of wherever the entrance is.
And even when that's the case, it's still like 20 minutes of waiting.
Oh, no,
right?
it goes – I'm not saying that to dissuade people from going. I'm saying that that's how efficient they are.
No, they're amazing.
It just really bugs me, though, like when I'm really, really dying for an In-N-Out double animal style, and I'm driving south, and I get to Laguna Niguel, and they've got that one In-N-Out that, the one that's got the 2 drive-throughs because everybody's trying to get in off that one-lane street.
Crown Valley Parkway exit. That's the one
Yes.
Michael Thompson goes to. Yeah.
And that's the one I want to go to every time I'm driving south. And I'm like, I don't know if I can wait. I mean, I really want to, but I don't know if I can wait. But the good news is they got the double drive-through, so that's really good. So I can pull in and hit the head and then get back in my car. So anyway, where were we, George?
I will say this: we were talking about Phillip Rivers earlier this morning, and there is now Adam Schefter is saying,
"Don't tell me. Let me guess. I haven't seen it. Let me guess. He'll start this week against San Francisco.
That he could start."
Do you realize that Phillip Rivers, if this were 5 years ago, and he played for the Colts in 2020, right, and he didn't go to training camp in 2021, and here we were in Week 15 of the NFL season, and he's only retired for less than a year, that from a mental capacity and an understanding of the offense and being a brilliant football player, Phillip Rivers could step right in and start immediately. And by the way, that, George, if you remember, that's what happened to Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was playing for, and I'm trying to remember, Lindsay, do you recall who Joe Flacco played for before he played for the Cleveland Browns?
The Colts.
That's exactly right. So Joe Flacco ended his year with the Colts, did not go to training camp with the team, did not play for anybody, and then I want to say it was like around week 11 or 12, Joe Flacco became the quarterback of the Browns. In fact, his first start was against the Rams here at SoFi Stadium.
Yep, I was at that game. Looked pretty good.
So, but the difference is that Joe Flacco had played for the Colts the year before and then missed training camp and missed the first, call it 10 weeks of the season. Phillip Rivers last played in 2020 and now at 44 years old didn't go to training camp for the last 4 years, didn't go to training camp this year, hasn't played for the first 13 weeks, and he might step in as a starting quarterback. Though you don't have to worry about him knowing who's supposed to be where, even though he may not even know anybody on the offense. But what you have to worry about is, how does a 44-year-old guy come back after 5 years of being out? And what will his timing be like? And I don't mean timing, George, of throwing the ball to a receiver who's wide open.
Just timing of just everything, really.
Right,
just
right.
being able to dissect the defenses, things of that nature. Right, yeah.
How about like as you get older, you probably get slower, right?
Of course you do.
So what is his reaction time? Listen, again, if Tom Brady decided he was going to come back and play quarterback for the Raiders, I'd be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You've been gone for all these years. They're no good. The Colts are actually good, but they've all of a sudden hit some hard times, Daddy. But I just don't know that a 44-year-old guy who hasn't played for 5 years is going to be able to save them. But I hope he does.
I will say this. You know what I would do for the first few snaps? Hand it off to Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Good idea. I don't know what they do, man. I'm so curious.
I want to watch it
do
now. Now you've got me interested in the game, though.
Yeah, me too. Me too, in a big way. I am super curious to find out if a 44-year-old guy who was never athletic to begin with, he was always a pocket passer. He could never run. He could never protect himself with his legs. Can a 44-year-old guy who's been out of football for 5 years, who knows the offense like the back of his hand, who runs it on his high school football team that he coaches, can he really go back into an NFL game and not just be in uniform and on the field, but can he be what he was? And my prediction is he cannot be. But I love the human spirit, and I love the guts that it takes to do what he's doing.
Can I ask you two questions, Cappy?
Go for it.
As a former high-level playing football player,
oh, yeah?
Imagine being the guy that's on the practice squad, Brett Rippin. Imagine being him, knowing that this is the decision that they've made instead of going with you.
Well, I mean, Brett Rippin has been toiling between practice squads and backups for years.
Right, but to know that like you're on the practice squad and they're going to basically start a guy in this situation over him? And then B, was there legitimately no other option available for them?
No.
Well, that's what I ask.
What is the other option?
What about like Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill hasn't played in 2 years either.
Well, that's 2 years, not 5 and 45 years old, is it?
But he also doesn't have any familiarity with the offense.
I would ask it like this, Lindsay. Every general manager or every pro personnel director has a board in their office. And on that board, they've got a list of every player on every team, but they've also got a list of every player that might be available should they need to bring somebody, off the streets. Was Phillip Rivers' name really at the top of the quarterback list? You mean to tell me there's not a guy who played last year in the UFL? There's nobody that has played that's been a third-string quarterback for somebody? Or you mentioned
Taylor Heineke. He was on either the Browns or the Rams. Somebody's practice squad.
Right, but again, the level of familiarity, I think, clearly has played a role in this.
I think a guy like Matt Ryan would have been somebody they would have gone to, but I don't think
Matt Ryan has also been out of the game for several years.
So there really is nobody else to go to.
Hey, what about Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
He hasn't played for Indianapolis.
Right. By the way, this would be the only thing better would be, I know they're playing the Niners, which is an awful place to start if you're Phillip Rivers,
really.
by the way. Right? Because you're going up against a good team. I would have, you know what would have been great? If Phillip Rivers and the Colts were playing like the Raiders this week.
That's
perfect.
That would be interesting.
Or the Titans.
That's how Baker Mayfield came back and started playing well, because it's against the Raiders.
That's how Shador started.
Yeah, against the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. You needed to play the Raiders in your first game.
It's just it is hard
to
believe.
Flacco played against them one time.
Well, you just said it though, Bergie, that there's nobody else. Like there is literally nobody else. I find that hard to believe. I just don't have a personnel board that tells me, hey, look, here are 10 guys that either played in the NFL or played in the UFL. It is still called the UFL, isn't it? Right, the combination of the USFL.
Yeah.
Like you mean to tell me that there's not? If there were 6 teams in that league and they all had 3 quarterbacks on their rosters, that's 18 guys. You mean to tell me that there's not one of those 18 guys that's in his 20s, that's athletic, that was looking for a shot, but you'd rather have a 44-year-old guy that hasn't played football in 5 years? And I guess the answer is, yeah, we'd rather have the 44-year-old guy because of everything George is saying, which I'm buying, which is he knows the offense like the back of his hand because he's studying film with the head coach during the week. He's essentially a consultant to the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
But I just find it hard to believe that your 44-year-old reflexes can step right back into an NFL game. When Tom Brady played, didn't he play at 44 years old? But he never stopped playing. He
had been consistently playing, though.
Right.
So who is he tight with again? You said the head coach with Shane Steichen.
Shane Steichen, who was also his QB coach for 3 years.
You know who their offensive coordinator is?
The offensive coordinator of the
Shane
Colts?
Steichen calls the plays.
I'm just saying it's Jim Bob Cooter.
Right, but
I love his
Shane,
name.
You're right, Jim Bob Cooter.
Great name.
It is a great name. It sounds like someone who would be in a football movie, not an actual real person. But the reality is Shane Steichen calls the plays too, so that's also beneficial for him.
I think Phillip Rivers could step in right now and be a very successful offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts because he studies film with the coach and he runs the same offense in his high school football team. Mm-hmm. Whether or not Phillip Rivers at 44 years old and 5 years removed from football is in the shape to immediately go from I'm sitting at home in Alabama chilling with my kids and my grandkids to I'm in an NFL football game in what amounts to a playoff game. This is not the Raiders playing the Titans. This is not the Jets playing the Browns. This is a high-level playoff caliber football game. And by the way, you know what the Colts need him to do? They need him to save their season because they've fallen apart. So this is not like, hey, can you come in and mop up? Or, hey, can you come in and back up and be a mentor to our young kid? This is, can you save our season? And my guess is he cannot, but my hope is that he can.
I was looking to see if the Niners defense was available in my fantasy league. It's not.
I think I have the Niners as my defense, although they were on a bye last week, so I think I had to turn them out.
Cappy, to your point, though, like, what are the expectations for him? Like, they can't be really to save their season. They can't be because that's not realistic at all.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. If Phillip Rivers starts this week for the Colts and he's on Prize Picks, George, and I say to you that Phillip Rivers' passing yardage total on Prize Picks is 223.5 passing yards, are you going more or less on Phillip Rivers for passing yards?
Less.
I'm setting the line at 223.5. You going more or less on Phillip Rivers?
223?
Yeah.
Are you
the
setting
Niners?
this?
I'm going less.
Yeah, are you setting the line or is this the actual line?
I am setting it.
Oh,
I think
that's a way too high of a line.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
185, more or less.
That's closer.
I think that's going to be more in the ballpark, yes.
Okay, you ready for this one? This will be a demon play on Prize Picks. This is where you can make even more.
So you're
This is
making a demon play right now?
Yeah, I'm making this up. I'm purely making this up. You ready?
Cappy's the demon. And by the way, I think Morales would call you a demon occasionally as well.
Probably so. Phillip Rivers, can he get more than half of one touchdown pass? Half.
Yeah. One?
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
I'm going to go less.
Okay, how about this? Well, on a demon play, you can only go more. Bernie.
Oh, you can only go, okay. So
how
more.
about this one? You ready? More or less on Phillip Rivers with half an interception.
More. Yeah, totally.
See, that's how I'd play it, George. You said go a little deeper on Prize Picks, like find some things that are not like on the popular section, which is just, points and rebounds. I would look for Phillip Rivers, and I go, I'm going to play against Phillip Rivers on interceptions. That's how I would play Phillip Rivers. If you told me there's a demon play and it's half an interception, I'm going more. Because how could a guy step into an NFL football game having not played for all these years, be 44 years old, and not just try and get rid of the ball before he gets annihilated? I mean, I hope he gets out of this thing healthy. I'm not joking.
I mean,
I'm with you too. Like I'm a little. This is kind of like, speaking of Max Kellerman earlier. This is like when Rocky. You ever see the movie Rocky Balboa?
Is that the one where
he fights
Rocky...
Antonio Tarver, who's Mason the Line Dixon, I think is his name.
Is that the fifth one?
Mason the Line Dixon.
No, the fifth one was the Tommy Morrison one,
that
which was terrible. Made Tommy Morrison rest in peace. This was the one after that, many years later, where Rocky there was like a video game like that on SportsCenter, right? Like they do this virtual thing of like, Rocky Balboa fighting against the great different champions, and then he beats Mason the Line Dixon in this video game, and then Mason the Line Dixon's like manager's like, yo, man, this is what we should do. We should do an exhibition against Balboa, because Mason was like upset. He's like, how can they have Balboa beat me in this video game? And then Rocky actually fights him in an exhibition game. And I remember Max, it's hilarious. There's this one line where he's like, I can't believe I'm calling a Rocky Balboa fight.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you, as far as the Colts this weekend, my bad, they're playing at the Seahawks. So at Seattle, then home versus
is Seattle available?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
We have to root for him because we want Seattle to lose because of the Rams. So you need to root for Grandpa Phillip.
I'm guessing Seattle's definitely not available. That team is too good defensively.
How about this? At Seattle, home against the Niners, home against the Jaguars, at the Texans. Do you realize that Phillip Rivers is going to play a preseason in weeks 15, 16, 17, and 18, and the Colts' schedule is every single team on their schedule is a playoff team, and the last two games of the season are against division rivals who the Jaguars just beat the Colts, and the Texans are, I still think, the best team in their division. You've got 4 playoff games. He's not coming back in week 5 when the schedule might be a little bit softer, when you're playing the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Titans. He's got 4 playoff games ahead of him.
Does Prize Picks have a more or less on how many quarters he actually gets through?
Good question.
Can you make it a demon play?
I don't know.
Like over under 1.5 quarters?
We go in Prize Picks language. We use more or less.
Oh yeah, sorry. I started with more or less, and then I
did.
changed it. So,
I'm looking this up right now. I'm looking up in Prize Picks. Is there really a number on Phillip Rivers?
How would you bundle it with something else?
I would listen. I'll tell you this right now. I would stack Phillip Rivers for an interception. I'd stack Phillip Rivers for a fumble. I'd probably stack Phillip Rivers for a touchdown throw. I'm fascinated by the whole thing. And by the way, George, how about this? You ready? I don't think we talked about this.
Okay.
I don't think you guys would remember this, and I don't know how many people will. But do you realize that Phillip Rivers just recently, within the last 12 months, actually, from what I can gather, put in his retirement papers with the NFL? So then you know what he did after he retired. he signed a contract with the Chargers so that he could retire as a Charger. Then the Chargers, you guys can look this up. Parker, I guarantee you'll find this no problem. The Chargers put out a video of Phillip Rivers, and all of his offensive linemen from back in the day showed up at his house. So they had guys like Chris Dielman and Jeremy Clary, I think is his name, and Mike Goff, and oh man, I'm losing guys' names. But he had an offensive line that was together. Nick Hardwick. He had all these guys that played together for years, and they all showed up at his house in Alabama to celebrate him, unbeknownst to him, so that they could shoot this video, so that they could celebrate his retirement as a Charger. I'm telling you, Parker, you'll find the video, no problem. Did you guys know about this?
Nope. I didn't know about that.
Of course. So, here it is. Look on YouTube right now. Rivers is sitting here. Can we actually turn up can we hear this or can we not hear?
I do see the fireworks behind you, though, Cappy.
Yep, the fireworks are happening. And look, here it is. We're watching it on YouTube right now. All the former Charger offensive linemen, Marcus McNeil, Jeremy Clary, Nick Hardwick. These are names you guys aren't going to remember. I happen to remember them.
Nick Hardwick. I remember Nick Hardwick.
Yeah, but Marcus McNeil, these guys, they had a long, probably 5 years or so, 6 years, where this was his consistent offensive line. They shoot this video. Rivers is at home, and all the offensive linemen show up so that they can celebrate his retirement as a San Diego Charger. And now my man has come out of retirement to go back to the Indianapolis Colts. I'm blown away by the story.
So I was looking online just to see if any quarterback has done this. I know Deion Sanders retired for 3 years. Tommy Maddox, and I think in his second stint, when he was with the Steelers, hold on, wait, really quick. I remember him not being too bad against the Browns, and he played there for 2-3 years after he came back. I know that when he was away, he played in the XFL, but I don't know, is that comparable maybe to what Phillip Rivers has been doing as a high school football coach?
Again, Tommy Maddox was a first-round draft choice out of UCLA and went to the Broncos. Does that sound right to you, Bergie? Didn't he go to Denver?
Yeah, he did. He was drafted by Denver.
Okay, so he goes to Denver, and then things don't work out for Tommy Maddox as a first-round talent. So what they do is he winds up going to play, as you point out, Lindsay, because at that time, that was the original XFL. Maddox goes and essentially, I'll say, revives his career in the XFL, then eventually goes to the Steelers, and he probably played for the Steelers for a couple of years. But he didn't have, as I recall, I don't think Tommy Maddox had a long delay between.
He did. He had 5 years. So
where he was completely out of football?
Well, no, you're right. He did play in the XFL, but he was out of the NFL for 5 years.
Wow, was it 5 years?
Yeah.
Really?
So he was on the Falcons practice squad in 1997.
He was also 30 at the time. So
That's true.
It was 2001 when he got to the Steelers. He was born in 1971. 30 versus 44 is vastly different.
You're right.
You know what would have been another good story this year? What if the Colts would have traded for Joe Flacco and Flacco would have gone from Cleveland to Cincinnati to Indy?
Well, I don't know why they don't put him on waivers. The Bengals don't need him anymore. So I don't know why they don't just put him on waivers and let the Colts. Well, I mean, you'd be helping the Colts, so I get it. And if they tank, then they probably need, they're not going to want Joe Burrow out there potentially injuring himself. But still, that would have worked out.
Well, George, this whole conversation started because of your bringing up the report of Adam Schefter saying, and what did he say? Did he say he's going to start, or did he say it's looking like a possibility?
It looks possible that he's going to start.
Unbelievable.
It is the Prize Picks Power Hour 9:30 on this Wednesday, December 10th. Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Let me also tell you this. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers take on the Spurs at home tonight in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Duran begins at 5:30 p.m. with tip-off at 7 p.m. Hear it on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Then, Young D, Producer D, DeAndre Hawkins. Oh, yeah. He's going to join us, talk about the Birds, the Lakers, all kinds of missing out. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Wednesday continues next.
Rams fans, it's your boy Sua Cravens. Pechanga Resort and Casino, the official tribal casino of the Los Angeles Rams, is throwing an epic watch party Thursday, December 18th at Kelsey's inside Pechanga as the Rams take on the Seahawks. Show your Rams love and come out and enjoy food and drink specials and score big with awesome prizes. Like a VIP sports experience inside the ESPN LA suite or playing a golf foursome with me at Journey at Pechanga. It's free to join, but spots are limited. Lock in yours now at ESPNLA.com. That's Thursday, December 18th.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the Lakes shall return home for an NBA Cup quarterfinal matchup.
Austin with 3. 30-footer. Of course it's good.
It's Lakers versus Spurs from Crypto.com Arena. Coverage begins tonight at 5:30 p.m.
Look in the left corner. Tough 3. It's good. Wow.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani.
800-345-6789. With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
9:33. Of course, we play Eminence Front as our opening theme song because of the movie Entourage. And this is the theme song from the TV show Entourage because Sloan turns 50 years old today.
Happy birthday, Sloan. I always loved her.
Emmanuel, how do you say her last name?
Sharici?
Shariki.
Emmanuel Shariki. She turns 50 years old. She was great as Sloan in the movie and the TV show. All right, I thought I'd get more, frankly.
Little Tanucci.
Thought I'd get more on that whole thing, and I didn't. So now we go to Young D, Producer D. You can hear him as part of the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show each weekday 3 to 6 p.m. He's sure, although we played the Eagles fight song yesterday, and DeMarco didn't snap. You could also watch DeAndre do Lakers Talk Daily on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles. We say good morning to Young D. Good morning, D.
Compa. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? How we doing today?
Well, I thought I'd get more on Sloan's birthday, but I didn't.
I think Sedano left the room for.
Oh,
no, I'm here.
He's here. He didn't quit.
Yeah. I was saying hi to my cleaning lady, Maria.
Oh,
I'm here.
Okay.
Hola, Maria.
Hola, Maria. ¿Cómo
Maybe
estás?
Maria's got something on Sloan.
Prima.
Sí.
Sí.
So
hey,
DeAndre, sorry about yesterday, bro. We just
Yeah.
got we got into something, and then I was gonna bring you in, and then I was like, I didn't hear that you were on, and then when I said, "Where's DeAndre?" They're like, "He's there," and I'm like, "No, he's gone." I'm like, "Damn." So my bad.
It's all good. I actually was I was hooping yesterday, so it would have been pretty cool, to get the little scenery and stuff like that. But no, it's all good, man. There was an unk that was trying to call me out yesterday, so I had to go take care of business. So
what?
It was perfect timing.
Wait, an unk called you out?
Yeah.
Who was? Was it Phillip Rivers?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Phillip Rivers. There was some. So we were playing fives. We started hooping at 7:30 in the morning at 24-Hour Fitness in Fontana, and we got done hooping. So I got set up. One of my boys had an extra tripod, so I was able to get set up on the switcher stream. And then he was seeing me sitting down on the sidelines. Everyone was done hooping. He was like, "Oh, I know y'all youngins ain't done playing." I'm like, "Come on, bro. Like, you don't want to test me right now, bro. Like, I'm done hooping." He's like, "No, go put your shoes back on." So, I was sitting on hold. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Hung up. I strapped the shoes back on, and I gave Unk the business.
Yeah? How old was Unk?
Yeah, I think he was in his early 40s, but he was moving though. I ain't gonna lie to you, he was moving. He was moving.
Wait, DeAndre, did you tell him little bank take big bank?
I should have. I said you ain't ready for this new school. Unc. Like it's different how we hoop nowadays, man.
Oh, really? And how tall was Unc?
Probably about like 6 foot. 6
foot.
Around 6 foot.
6 foot. How much did Unc weigh?
Probably like I don't know, $180.
So you mean to tell me that 6 foot, $180, called out 6'3", 230, youngin?
Look, man, I don't understand what was going on with them, but I'd have shown them the work, man. I'd have given the business.
Yeah. So what happened?
I mean, we played at 21. That's like 21 points on a 1-on-1 basketball game is crazy work. But that's fine with me. So I ended up winning the game 21-5.
But did you do official 21 where you shoot the free throws after a shot, or you just play 21 points?
No, so after you get a bucket, you actually shoot from the 3-point line. It counts as one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
you win by 2.
Yeah, I went by 2, and then so when you hit 21, you gotta it's called you gotta bust it. So
no, you gotta bust that.
Yeah, you gotta bust
it. So and then that's how you end up capping off the win.
That's right. That's how you 21. Cap it off. That's exactly right.
Now, real quick,
cap it off.
Real quick, D, before Sedano and Cap get to more accoutrement.
For sure.
Now that we're talking hoop, and it is the Christmas season, I've been thinking of what I'm going to get you for Christmas. What size shoe are you?
I'm a size 14.
Because I think, Cappy, we should put him in some Skechers basketball shoes.
Oh, I love this idea. I see a lot of the TV commercials for Skechers basketball shoes. Chris, I think we got to do some Skechers golf shoes, too. And
I have those already.
I need some.
Go get some. But I'm talking about DeAndre right now.
He's laughing.
not like, oh, maybe that'll be your Christmas gift. No,
I'm not getting you anything. You owe me a Christmas gift still.
I do?
From last year.
Wait, what do you mean I owe you a Christmas gift from last year?
You didn't give me nothing, sucker.
Come on, for real?
I don't remember, actually. I was in heart failure.
All right.
But, D, I'm going to get you those basketball shoes, and we're going to take video of you just banging it around.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. When it comes to hooping, I hoop in certain types of shoes.
Guess what?
I ain't mad at you.
You're going to hoop in these shoes.
You won't try the Skechers basketball shoes?
No, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad. Listen,
you're going to hoop in these,
listen,
and Cappy and I are going to tape you up.
DeAndre, they don't know nothing about no hooping, man. You got to be comfortable.
You have to. I got my Kobe's. I got my. I actually hooping some James Harden a couple of times, but I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't like the James Hardens though.
Well,
I don't like the way they
explains why
look.
you haven't won a championship. I can tell you
James
that.
Harden ain't win nothing.
Oh, come on, Cap.
No, for real. I mean, you
How
probably
about
put up good numbers, but
have you
can't
hooped in
win.
some Ant-Mans?
No, I actually have not hooped in some Ant-Mans. I actually just got a pair of Jaws. The first Jaws. They're actually really comfortable, man.
Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get a pair of Skechmans.
That's right, and you're going to like them. You're going to wear them. You're going to play in them. And then you're going to report back to us how awesome they are.
Look, no disrespect to Skechers hoop shoes, but there's a current athlete right now who's rocking the Skechers hoop shoes. We all are familiar with them, Joel Embiid. And, I don't know if I can rock them just knowing his current history right now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, with his his injuries and stuff.
All right.
Like that.
I mean, I can buy that. I mean, listen, I'm the same. I'm the same guy that made my daughter return the Kyrie Irvings to the mall years ago. So I can accept that. But I do think.
Hold on,
what?
Cap, I still rock you. When I go on walks and stuff like that, the Skechers slip-ons. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still
for walking.
rock those. Yeah, for walking. Yeah,
I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Skechers every day.
Yeah. So those are actually.
Well, then maybe Cappy and I will get you a pair of Skechers size 14 walking shoes. Then.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, DeAndre: Who drinks the gentleman's Jack behind you, over your left shoulder?
That would be my sister-in-law's father. He has a special case back here.
Okay. Because I see that gentleman's Jack. That's a nice bottle of Jack Daniels, not the regular Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a drinker, so this is all they're doing is back here. So I'm trying to create something up in the room to have my own little space.
Well, I like it. There's a nice contrast. There's like, hey, here's all this booze, and then here's a nice cross right behind me, and here's some things about the Lord and Proverbs and so on. So you kind of got like
good balance.
You got good guy, bad guy, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
DeAndre. I want to jump right into this, George, because I hope DeAndre feels the same way I feel. I don't know if he will, but I hope that he will.
About what?
Here it goes, DeAndre. I think the Eagles more lost the game on Monday night.
Oh, of course.
Than the Chargers did win the game on Monday night. So, again, people are going to prop up the Chargers. I'm going to actually tell you Philly handed that game to them. Come on, DeAndre, be with me.
Look, man, I'm a realist, and I'll tell you straight up, the Eagles played terrible. They played really, really bad. And I was actually surprised how well the Chargers defense played, especially with Justin Herbert with a broken left hand. I mean, a team that gets 7 sacks and they still find a way to win games is crazy. But when you turn the ball over 5 times, you're not going to win most football games. I mean, it was terrible. I was sitting there throughout the whole entire game like, what the hell is Jalen Hurts doing? I mean, the interceptions. And then the craziest play that we all seen. An interception, the Chargers lineman tries to bring it back. He fumbles. Jalen Hurts picks it up, then he fumbles, and the Chargers get on top of the football. And I'm like, I mean, this is just how the game is just going to go throughout the rest of the night. So, and the Eagles still had a chance to win the game after all those turnovers. And then what happens? At the last stretch of the game, he tried to throw it in a tight window where there was no way that pass was going to be completed. And what happens? Game over. It was just awful. It was terrible football. And I can't stand to watch terrible football. I'm not going to stand for it.
Don't stand for it. Sit for it. Watch it.
Well, I don't know
Sit
if he
down on the
agreed with
couch.
you or not. I think he might have. I don't know. So are you saying it was the Eagles lost or the Chargers won?
The Chargers won the game for sure.
Oh.
100%.
Wow, that hurts.
I'm with you, DeAndre.
That really hurts.
100%. I can't stand up for bad football. You don't deserve to win games when you turn the ball over 5 times. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
Cappy,
do you deserve to win when you
Cappy,
sack the quarterback
he's
7
saying
times?
He's saying that you stand up for bad football.
Apparently I do. Because it was a bad football game. Don't get me wrong. I mean, sacks, interceptions, fumbles, missed kicks, penalties. I mean, it had every element of a game where you're like, well, the Chargers are good, and the Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions. How could both teams play such a sloppy game?
It beat me, man. Throughout the whole entire game, like, what is going on? Because it wasn't like Justin Herbert played this spectacular game. I mean, he was struggling as well. I mean, the Eagles defense did a really good job, I feel, on Justin Herbert. But again, like, you're not going to win football games when Jalen Hurts is playing like that. And honestly, you can blame it all on Jalen Hurts, but we can all put it on the receivers as well, like A.J. Brown. You know, he wants to be very vocal about how he's not getting enough touches and all this stuff. And then the moments where he does get good touches, he's dropping them left and right. And then the offensive line isn't good. You know, they're not getting the same movement as they were last year with Saquon Barkley. Like, this Eagles team is in a tough situation. And then they got to play against the Raiders, who I understand it could be a good bounce-back week. You know, they're 11.5-point favorites going into this game, but it just gives me 2023 vibes going in when the 49ers punched them in the face, and they didn't respond. They lost the last 5 or 6 in 2023. So hopefully that's not the case this year, honestly.
How about this? George, you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, they were on Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia. The media got to him. And you know what the big question was yesterday? Are you going to bench Jalen Hurts? Hey, look, my man had a bad night. I will grant you that the stats say he had 4 interceptions and he had a fumble. But hold on. I mean, one of the interceptions was right off A.J. Brown's hands. The fumble was when he recovered a fumble and then fumbled. I mean, look, he had a bad night, but the Eagles still were in a position to win the game. The notion of benching Jalen Hurts seems ridiculous to me, but they were on him about it yesterday. I don't even know who the backup quarterback is for Philadelphia anymore.
Tanner McKee is the backup quarterback, and honestly, there's no need to put Tanner McKee in right now. We're going to keep on rolling with Jalen Hurts, man. I might have to bring a positivity bunny into the studio, though, right next to me, to keep good vibes around, because, DeMarco is he's just on my head left and right every time the Eagles lose. And I get it. I understand. But, I'm going to just bring that positivity bunny, and I might sit it right next to him just to understand that, the Eagles are still the defending Super Bowl champs.
You hear that, Chris? A positivity bunny.
So I've been part of this topic a lot because Mason Ireland, we're talking about it yesterday, and DeMarco and Travis. I like the idea of a positivity bunny. Of course, my favorite bunny is Otis the bunny, but I like the bit. But if it turns ugly, I don't want to beat down the bunny. I want the unicorn so we can beat down the unicorn if we need to.
But a positivity bunny, I mean, when Otis does eventually, reach inevitability in life, might you consider a taxidermist and make Otis a
I'm not a
positivity bunny?
No, she'll be cremated and we'll have a little, memorial to her and a little plot, if you will, in the backyard where her ashes will be and a little, whatever you want to call it. And then we will replace her with other bunnies. But there will be many paintings and artist renderings of Otis for life.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot on social media where Stephanie is putting out pictures from the photo shoot.
Well, I'm doing 12 days of Odie.
12 days of Odie, huh?
Yeah. I just posted a picture right now.
A positivity bunny, though, when you're looking for creative gifts, that's a good one. A positivity bunny. Thank you for that, DeAndre. I'm putting that down on my list because I have not done 1 ounce of holiday shopping. Has anybody here done any holiday shopping?
Yes.
Yes. I just did it all.
Yes.
4
Yes.
pairs of
Wait a minute.
Skechers are arriving at my house today from my father.
Wait, you guys are all, like Bergie and George, you guys are all done?
You're
with holiday
done?
shopping?
Not done, but yeah, mostly done. Like, I mean,
Mostly.
Kelly handles most of it, but I like, for example, so I'm taking a summer trip this year. And we're going to do, Mateo wants to do a couple of baseball stadiums. So we're going to go to Chicago, and we're going to drive up to Milwaukee. It's only 90 minutes. And then we're going to do a quick trip to New York. And we're going to go to Yankee Stadium. And then we're going to go from there on a larger vacation. And the Yankees actually sent me a thing yesterday. Because I've been to so many of these stadiums over the years, they'll just send you emails. So they had what they call like a holiday pack. And you can buy tickets at a discounted price. And I said, oh, my God, we're going to go. So and it literally could be for almost any game. So I did that. So what I'm going to present to him as my gift, even though Kelly got him something already, is like, hey, buddy, here's these tickets for this Yankee game we're going to go to in July.
Wow, nice gift and nice organization. I am 2 things, and they're terrible to be at the same time. I'm unorganized. Everybody knows that. And I'm a procrastinator. So now, rather than taking advantage of all these amazing sales, everybody's hitting me up with the sales, 75% off, 45% off. The smart guy immediately goes in and makes the purchase. The dumb guy waits till the end and winds up paying more for it. So Positivity Bunny, DeAndre, I don't know if you got a link you could send me, but I'd like to get one of those.
Yeah, I'll make sure I hit up Nick Sirianni to bring send me the link, so I'll send it to you.
Was that his phrase, the Positivity Bunny?
Yeah, he's the main one in charge of talking about he wants to bring different vibes into the locker room. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But hey, teach their own. Also,
it's clearly not working.
So DeAndre, hold on for 1 second. We're going to tease you. We're going to do more with you in just a moment. But first, we got to talk about our friend Jacob Emrani, the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show and our Prize Picks Power Hour.
Of course. Listen.
That's where you guys do the read. Yeah.
No, I know.
Do it.
I was
We're
going
to do it
to
right
jump
now.
in. I mean,
we're going to do that read.
I mean, we're going to get there. If you just give us a second here.
I'm holding up the sign, the picture of Jacob Emrani.
Look how good looking he is.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at you personally, to be honest with you.
Boy, he's got nice white teeth.
Let me tell you something. This Jacob, I mean, he is a saint, okay? And you get into an accident. We were talking about holiday shopping, Cappy. You're in the car. You're driving around. You're trying to get holiday shopping done. Because, sometimes you got to go to the brick and mortar, right, to get some stuff done. And you're driving around. You're at a red light. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Bam! Right? That happens. And then your heart is racing. You're dealing with all sorts of stuff, right? But here's the thing. One guy you can trust all the time is Jacob Emrani. And you call him at this number, 800-345.
6-7-8-9.
And picture this. You're home in L.A., getting ready to watch Lakers NBA Cup quarterfinals against the Spurs, grabbing some food, sit down, finally relax. Your phone buzzes. It's the insurance company about that accident I just mentioned.
Yeah, and on the other end of the phone, they kind of sound friendly, and they're trying to make you believe you can trust them. And, hey, we just want to help. And you're like, okay, but don't do anything. Listen, I'm telling you right now, do not do a thing. They say they want to help. Oh, and then they'll hit you with this. Hey, if you agree today, we can get this wrapped up real fast. Do not do this. Yeah. Don't do that.
Absolutely not. Never settle for the first offer. Never. And before you say yes to any check, remember this number, 800-345.
6-7-8-9.
It's easy, Cappy. It just counts up. 800-345.
6-7-8-9.
That's the law offices of Jacob Emrani. When you call Jacob, you're calling someone whose job is not only to fight for you, but really he's gonna fight that insurance company on your behalf. Just like every possession matters in a Lakers NBA Cup game, every decision after your accident matters.
So, official sponsor for the Lakers, LAFC, and Rams. No fees unless he wins, and if he doesn't win, you don't pay. So, if you were hit this week, and if you already have an offer sitting in your inbox, don't sign it alone. Call Jacob at 800-345.
6-7-8-9.
That's 800-345.
6-7.
8-9, or visit calljacob.com.
I like the way me and Chris lean into
Yeah,
it.
we lean into it. All right, the Prize Picks pick of the day in just a few moments, plus our real deal, thanks to Dealer's Choice. But now we continue with Young D, producer DeAndre, already in progress.
So, DeAndre, what do you make of the Lakers right now? I mean, they've got a great record. Defensively, they're a bottom third defensive team. Their point differential is only 2.2. So they've won some tight games. It feels like they're playing above their head a little bit. You know, they've had some good luck, and they're playing a softer schedule to start the season. You shouldn't ever, sit here and not take the wins. I'm not saying that. But it feels like it is a good thing for them because the softer schedule allows them to kind of find their place, especially with LeBron missing the first 14 games of the season. And I think it will help them potentially moving forward. But I do think that you don't want to fool yourself into thinking they're this dominant this early. There still needs to be a wait-and-see approach as we get into, like, Christmas and beyond.
Yeah, I feel like they are playing great basketball right now. And the opponents that they have been facing, like the Clippers, the Mavericks, the Utah Jazz, like there was a stretch where they're playing against the bottom half of the Western Conference, and you're supposed to stack up those wins. You're supposed to go out there and take care of business, because once it gets to that second half of the season where it gets tougher, honestly, like come Christmas Day when they play against the Houston Rockets, that'll be a good test for them to see the style of play, the physicality, the athleticism against teams like that. How can they match up with that? I mean, I do feel like they still lack a lot of things defensively. They're only going to be, the weakest link is still Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, and that's been the whole point of this throughout this whole entire season. Like, yes, we know the Lakers can score. We know that Luka Doncic can score. We know that Austin Reeves can score. We know LeBron James is going to be in the right spots and put them in the right spots to score. But what can the Lakers do on the other end of the floor? So that's the biggest concern with me is, can they also play in two different ways? And I understand the whole controversy that's been going on with Rich Paul and all that stuff and how they're not contenders in the Western Conference quite yet. There is some truth to that, because when they run into a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder who use their defense and utilize that to offense, and then you go in there and they can score in numerous ways, and the Lakers don't have that quite yet. So that's the biggest concern for me is, how can they score in other ways on the basketball court? They don't. They can't. They get outscored a lot in transition. They like to have a slower tempo. They try to get into a different offense compared to teams who like to get out and run. But when it comes down to it, the other teams can slow it down and get a good shot selection. Lakers kind of do lack in that at certain points of the game. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how they will shape up against a team like Houston, how they will shape up against a team like the Nuggets, like the Thunder. Like it's going to be a good test for them. But like you said, like, don't get fooled quite yet. It's great basketball that they're playing. I'm glad that they're top 3 team in the Western Conference. But let's get more of them. You know what I mean? Let's see what they really are compared to those teams.
Man, you ain't know nothing about no basketball. I mean, let me tell you something right now. I mean, the fact that these guys have banked this number of wins and they're not climbing out of some major hole, and most of it is, I tried to school you, but you don't listen to me. You should listen to this, Unk. I tried to tell you that LeBron James would come back and go back to being LeBron James and be superhuman. You don't listen to me, young brother. You don't listen.
Oh, yeah, right. No, you ain't fooling me, man.
I told you, man. You don't listen to old Unk right over here.
Yeah, you see, DeAndre's not in our Sedano and Cap group text. He's in the Ball Knowers group text.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start posting in the Ball Knowers group text anymore. So, because you like to kind of take a little swipe at LeBron here or there. Not that would surprise him.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised at all that he's doing that angle.
Telling you right now, LeBron showed up for me the other night. I played him at less than 17.5 points on Prize Picks, and LeBron scored 27 points. So I'm staying away from LeBron because I don't know what LeBron's going to do night in and night out. I play Luka because I got a good sense of what Luka's going to do every night, statistically. So I don't know about any defense. I know about scoring. And I know that this Laker team needs to outscore everybody. And right now, through the first, 25 games or so, they've been able to do that.
But see, that's the thing, man. Like, there's only so much you can do by trying to outscore teams. At some point, you're going to have to defend the basketball. At some point, you're going to have to get key stops. You can't just keep on going out the entire game thinking that you're going to outscore your opponents. At some point, Austin Reeves is going to have to keep somebody in front. some point Luka Doncic is going to have to keep guys in front. I understand everyone's saying. I got people coming to me on my Lakers Talk Daily, which you guys can catch on ESPN Los Angeles on the YouTube channel.
Excellent promotion.
Nicely done.
That like we finally got a real center. I understand DeAndre Ayton's playing good basketball, but when it comes down to a 7-game series, when they're zeroing in, that's why the Lakers ran into trouble last year. It's because teams were able to exploit those mismatches. They were able to use their athleticism, their size, get the switch. They go one-on-one basketball, and as soon as someone gets blown by, all of a sudden the defense collapses, and it's a bunch of scramble situations, all that stuff. I know I'm getting deep in the wounds, but
well, you're losing Sedano. I mean, you and me, we get it. I mean, we're ball knowers. Freaking poor Sedano got no idea what we're talking about here. He ain't know.
But just all honesty of life. At some point, like, you're gonna have to defend the basketball. There's only so much you can do by trying to outscore teams.
I'm genuinely curious. I'd love for the Lakers to make the NBA Cup because I'll be there this weekend, and I'd love to just ask JJ what his thoughts are on the defense. I haven't had them in a while, so I'd be curious to see what he feels with a larger sample size. Yeah.
The great DeAndre Hawkins, Young D, Producer D.
By the way,
weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m. on the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show.
Samboni has text. He's a big Eagles fan as well. He says that Pete Carroll since 2010 8-0 against the Eagles, but it's going to be 8-1 this week.
Oh man, look, Bergman is gutless. By the way, I want to tell you guys that he had the nerve to come in. He had the nerve to come in studio yesterday and try to tell me
2 days ago.
Oh, what's up with the Eagles offense? So much for them scoring. I'm like, Greg, you are a Raiders fan. You have no room to talk.
That doesn't take away from the fact that your team can't score.
Again, you are a Raiders fan.
I'm not speaking untruths.
No future whatsoever.
I know my team sucks. Your team is supposed to be good.
What do you mean? The Raiders are awesome.
But it is kind of weird that you're like the fan of the crappy team trying to crap on the good team.
Well, look,
that's playing poorly at the moment.
I have to find my spots for other people when their teams are going badly. That's just how that works.
I understand. No, that makes sense, especially when you're so downtrodden and beaten up.
Yeah, no,
all the
very
time.
much so, yeah.
I mean, everybody talks to you as if you play for the Raiders.
Right.
Like it's your fault.
I'm on the offensive line. Just letting everybody buy to Geno Smith.
Go ahead. Go get him.
Meanwhile,
all right, DeAndre. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Love you, D.
We will do the Dealer's Choice Real Deal first, and then we'll do the prize picks.
I thought
pick
I was
going
to do the LA Times' 101 best restaurants in LA ranked.
Oh,
well,
start
you can do
reading
that
them all.
tomorrow. Time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658. Cappy.
So, guys, we started talking about gift giving here at the holidays, and I'm super impressed that you, George, you, Greg, you, Christopher, you guys are already deep into it. Jorge Briones, are you also deep into your holiday gift shopping?
I just got stuff for the kids, but that's about it.
You got Hanukkah this weekend, Cap.
What are you doing? I think Hanukkah starts Monday.
I think it's Saturday.
Mazel.
Man,
you might be right.
Yeah, some great
guys
followers
are really
you guys
good.
are.
You guys are really good. We're
really supporting the religion, aren't we here?
Yeah.
Happy Chanukah.
Happy
I
Chanukah
have
to you.
no idea
Thank you,
what
Smokey.
Chanukah is.
Yeah. Hey, listen, somebody do me a favor. You can be a YouTube mongrel. You could be a Twitter follower. You could be somebody who hits me up on Instagram. I need some gift ideas here because I am going to wait till the last minute, and then I'm going to wind up overspending, and then I'm going to get something that's not even good. I need thought. I really need to get my girlfriend a great gift, and I don't know what to do. And I feel this pressure. I'm a bad gift giver. Like, some people are super creative. They're really, really good gift givers. I'm an uncreative, procrastinating, unorganized, bad gift giver.
How about a YouTube subscription?
A YouTube subscription?
Well, because she was in there today.
I know. Do you think that's a good gift?
No ads.
You did throw me off. You threw me completely off. So can somebody please share with me some thoughts and some ideas as to what a guy like me could do for a woman like Rubber or Rachel? I need gift ideas. I'm making it real simple today. The real deal dealer's choice is just please help me. I'm begging for help.
What is she like?
How about a nice purse?
She's probably got plenty of those.
She does. She likes wine. She got plenty of that.
I will send you some ideas, Cappy.
Okay, because
Lindsay's got to be your help here. I mean, especially because you're not being very helpful to us to try to help you.
But you
Rachel's
may have actually
successful woman who strikes me as somebody who would buy something that she really wants. So.
She does, but I think George, you may have actually inspired a thought. You mentioned that you're going to go on a trip this summer and that you've already gotten for Mateo some New York Yankees tickets or whatever.
Yeah, they're going to play the Pirates, and I'm hoping Paul Skeens pitches.
So I've taken your advice from last year when NBA free agency opened and I was off the radio last year, and you said...
Know the calendar, bro.
Right. So this year,
Speaking of which, I'm sending out my summer dates here in the next
But remember,
hour.
those markets you mentioned are GKB markets. You could just do the show from there, too.
But I also would rather just take the vacation.
But this is why buying the tickets to the Yankees was a bad idea. I'd have gotten you Yankee tickets. I'd have gotten you Milwaukee Brewers tickets. I'd get you Chicago Cubs tickets. I mean, no problem. All you got to do is hey king me. But you may have given me an idea.
That's fine.
Maybe what I should do is, because we have a trip planned in May right after my daughter graduates from college, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should book the trip now and have the airline tickets and put them in a card and say, we're going on vacation, baby. Is that a good idea, you guys think?
Yeah, a trip. Listen, trips like that, those memories are better than actual
that is
tangible
true.
gifts.
Yeah,
in
that
my
is
opinion.
true. Yeah.
All right, experiences. Okay. All right, well,
Correct.
thanks for the early stage help. And anybody who wants to help me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, email, text, however you get a hold of me, I need your ideas, everybody.
By the way, this 101 restaurant list is fantastic.
Oh, you should
It breaks
read them
it up
all.
into the different parts of town.
You read them tomorrow.
Let's start at 7 a.m. tomorrow with 101 and count our way down.
You know what we can do? We could just do one a segment. Maybe what the downtown ones.
It's not a bad idea. Is Joey on there downtown?
I don't see Joey, no.
How about Javier's? Is Javier's on there downtown?
No, that's too frou-frou,
How about Mastro's?
shishi, and
I'm
all
just
that
telling you what's right around the station, the things that I look at, that I don't go to, but I look at. I go to the Lazy Dog. Is that on there?
Lazy Dog is not on here.
Well, Chris, I think you'll agree it should be.
Yeah, I ate lunch with Brandon, the GM, yesterday.
How was it?
Amazing.
Did you have your Caesar salad the way you like it?
I did, but you know what I don't want to do? Is keep going past 10 a.m. So now it is time for our Prize Picks pick of the day. Thanks to Prize Picks.
Wait, it's 10:03?
Yeah. Download the app today and use code CAPPY to get $50 in windups after you play your first $5 windup. That's code CAPPY to get $50 in windups after you play your first $5 windup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right, Cappy.
Yeah,
George?
Bar Ama, Cappy. Bar Ama is a Tex-Mex place in downtown L.A. here on this.
Okay, sounds good. I'll try it out. Hey, George, real quick, you said go deeper. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Luka tonight for more than 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I really like that play. I think Luka's going to have a big night. I'm also going to go on the other side, De'Aaron Fox. And you said dig deeper? Here's a demon play. More than half of an assist in the first 3 minutes of the game. So I'm looking for De'Aaron Fox to put his hands on that ball and then pass that ball and have somebody score and have it in the first 3 minutes. De'Aaron Fox for an assist in the first 3 minutes. Luka for more than 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's a $20 power play to win $70. I'm submitting my lineup right now on Prize Picks.
Good job going deeper, Cappy. All right, we went too deep past the 10 o'clock hour.
We definitely did. Everybody have a great Wednesday, a wacky Wednesday. Friday, Cappy will be here. We'll play Swing Your Sausage on Friday, but tomorrow is Thursday. A thirsty Thursday. How thirsty will we be? You're going to have to tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. to find out. Jack plus Michelle Smallman will join us at 7:15, and we'll do some other stuff, I'm sure. And we'll be reacting to Lakers Spurs tonight with no Wemby for the Spurs. All of that and so much more. Have a great day, Mongrels.